And one, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thursday, November the 23rd, day 7 of IAE in Star Citizen Anvil Aerospace on display. And I do believe there is the new RSI mining ship. We'll get to that in a second. Let's get the stream spooled up. See who pops in number 1, who wins the prize. And it's Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving. To you too, Jeff. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope everyone's having a good turkey day. The day where the average American eats twice the daily caloric intake required. Which is good. And bad. I mean, yeah. Just put turkey in the oven. An all-day thing, right? Yeah. Blazo Prime, 07 to you. Good morning, Aaron. How you doing? Thank you very much. Happy Thanksgiving. I think we're doing a chicken for Thanksgiving. Just gonna toss a chicken in the oven. Blazo Prime cheering with 1 bit first thing in the morning. Thank you. Thank you. Let's put on my work hat. There we go. Thunder power. Happy Thanksgiving. Artemis, you were close. Next time. Next time. Everyone's getting the turkeys in right now. What's your bake time? 6 hours? I'm assuming it's your East Coast or in the middle. 3 hours? And stuffing. Let's talk stuffing. Am I except for Neo Rasta? I haven't watched the video yet. I'm going to watch this video with you guys. So this is obviously the new mining ship right there. 3 mining lasers, 2 in each arm as we thought. The top one I thought was a turret, but I guess that's a mining laser. So we'll take a look at that and take a look. One sec. This snowboard is 25 cents. Should I get it? Yes. My wife said some place. A snowboard for 25 cents? Absolutely. For the kids to try? Yeah. It looks like it's in one piece. Absolutely. Why wouldn't you get a snowboard for 25 cents? Just for the kids to try out? Right? Yeah. Definitely. Grab it. As long as it's in one piece. I don't see why not. All right. Smash by. 25 cents? Absolutely. Can't go wrong. 10 pounds of stuffing inside. What's the secret stuffing recipe? Artemis is British. Yeah. There's no... I guess... Is there a Canadian Thanksgiving is more of a... any Canadians in here, feel free to correct me on this. It's more of a... Like... The harvest of the fields or something? It's got to do with the harvesting rather than what the American one is, right? Sage, onion, celery, apples. Oh, so there's no real like a bread. Isn't it supposed to be like a bread stuffing? Bindings might be a bit beat up. That is all. Oh, there's 2 of them. Yeah. Looks good. I have bindings on my board, which is too big for the kids, but we can transfer the bindings over so they can try some snowboarding. KSS 07, good morning. Have I seen the inside? No, we're going to take a look at it. We'll take a look in a second. All right, I think everyone's here needs to be here, right? Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the U.S. Those outside the U.S., tough break. You can still eat turkey and enjoy it. Anvil Aerospace. Bad Dagu. The Bad Dagu. The Bad Agu. Hey, Bad Agu. How to pronounce that? Is it the Bad Agu? It's always I want to get the pronunciations right if I'm going to do it, right? The Arastra Vehicle Bay, kind of meh. Mercury Star. Really? We'll take a look at that, Artemis. We'll take a look at the video. Actually, should we do the video soon? Let's actually go through the offerings first and then get to the video. And we'll start off with some smash, buy, or pass on today's offerings.
Anvil gets the job done, plain and simple, and their presence at the IAE is always a highlight, particularly for pilots itching to get behind the sticks of the Empire's most hard-hitting fighters and warbits.
Day 7. What we got? What's up, Doc? Okay, the Pisces Medical. That's it. And the Med Gun. That's it. All right. Right down to business. Let's go. If anybody is new, feel free to ask questions. We realize that it's quite a daunting experience coming to Star Citizen for the first time and seeing these prices and wondering who the hell spends this kind of money on shit. But I guess we'll find out soon. It's all Anvil Parcel. Don't say it, Legend. No, there's some good stuff in here. Daniel, 07, good morning. Picked up the Legionnaire and Liberator. No. SRV is good. Daenerys, what's up? Hello. No. Lexendary, I make the calls, not you, all right? It's my stream. Let me do it. Let me do something. Where? You want to take over the stream? Okay. I'm leaving. It's up to you. Yeah, Thunder Power. I haven't seen the video yet, so I don't have anything to say on the Arasta just yet. We're going to do it. We're going to do it live. And if everyone behaves, we'll do some Nicole. And if everyone behaves really well, we'll do some Joey. Yeah. So, I want to see this. I'm itching to watch it. Let's go through the smash, buy, or pass on today's offerings. The first one being the Arrow for $75. Arrow is my go-to light fighter, just my preference. $75 for a light fighter in your fleet, I would say yes. Smash buy on the Arrow. It is the one light fighter you need. My personal preference. That's about it. Ballista. Rule of thumb. If it offers a unique purpose in the game, yes. But how often do you use this? It's not often. If you're defending some kind of ground area, then yes. I mean, around Jumptown, definitely useful. But very situational. Not used often. So if you do play with a bunch of friends and you're running ops, Ghost Hollow, whatever it is, and you do need ground defense, ballistas are definitely very, very useful. Any kind of group play, yes. So for $140, I would say smash buy if you have the money to burn. Otherwise, it is not important. You won't be using it as much as you think you will be. Sierra Pisces, definitely yes. Definitely. Daenerys says yes to everything. All right, so we're done with this. Don't have to look any further. Heavy TV, 07, good morning. Just finishing my breakfast. I think ground vehicles see Nirvana once building. Yeah, definitely so. Keep in mind that. Can you lock ground targets with this? I don't know. Can you? I don't think you can. Does the ballista lock on ground targets? Raven, good morning. It doesn't, right? I don't recall being able to lock on the ground targets with ballistas. Yeah, Pisces and Car combo, absolutely. So Ballista, I would say yes, but not going to be used as much as you think. Medical Pisces, yes. I would say if you got into the game with a starter ship like the Aurora or the Mustang or whatever, I would say CCU into the Pisces as a little runaround ship that not only gets you from A to B very fast, not for hard, efficiently, but also has a med bed in to heal those are stupid injuries which you get from going bunker diving with friends. So anytime you're doing bunkers, someone pull out the C8 Pisces, bring it with you. I think it's very useful. I would say CCU your starter ship into the Pisces. A definite smash buy on that. The Expedition Pisces, look, this comes with a Carrack. I don't think for $45 is something you should go out and buy. I think it's one of the cooler designs in the game. I like the aesthetic of it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it flies. Going down from a space station to the surface to run some ops, it's cool. But if you're going to be running the surface ops, if you're going to be running bunkers, I would take the Medical Pisces over that. So I would not buy this cash. I would buy this in-game. Carrack is the go-to explorer until the Odyssey came out. If you had to choose between the Carrack and the Odyssey now, I think it really depends. I think the Carrack will have its advantages. Odyssey definitely has some advantages, but it's basically what you like. Carrack being one of the classic ships in the game. Would you buy? Anyone buying the Carrack at this point? Delicious. Carrack isn't my vibe. Gerard from Spokane. Welcome. New follower. How is Spokane this morning? Athy, happy Turkey Day. Yes, to all the Americans in here, happy Turkey Day. Enjoy your food coma this evening. Don't forget, if you want to avoid horrible heartburn, take your test-branded digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes. For digestion. Take it before the meal, though. I actually live east of Sacramento. Oh, yes. I mean, obviously, J-Rod from Sacramento should be the name. You got to change that, man. That's just false advertising. Athia was up all night with heartburn. Oh, no, Ath. Is it your pyloric sphincter which is the problem, or is it the food you're eating? Because those could be two separate issues. Thank you for coming to our medical diagnosis part of the stream now, where we attempt to diagnose medical issues from members. Athia is suffering from heartburn. We're all medical professionals in here, obviously, to give good advice. The food and wine. Yeah, wine will do the trick. I mean, wine is kind of acidic, right? Shive. Oh, my God. Are you the Shive from Test Squadron? The same Shive that we've known for like 10 years at this point? I discovered streaming about 2 weeks ago, and in that time, Shive, I've become the biggest and most popular Star Citizen streamer on the internet. I know, I'm surprised too. But I had like 100 subs, and I'm a professional streamer at this point, or as I like to say, influencer. So prepared to be influenced by my amazing influential streaming powers. Yes. In fact, Jeff Bezos himself emailed me. He goes, I'm going to be headlining the next TwitchCon event. Everyone's going to come see me speak and talk about my experience on becoming this famous streamer. But we all know the only reason I started streaming is to get streamer privilege. Once I heard that the devs were giving out the platinum cards to streamers, I said, damn, son of a bitch, I'm getting in on that. I am going to become the streamiest of streamers. I am going to become the most kick-ass, butt-kicking streamer in all of Star Citizen, so I will get the streamer privilege. So far, what are we, guys, like day 20? Unfortunately, I have to report I have not received any of this privilege. I don't know, I'll check my email. I've yet to receive the streamer privilege. So I don't know if it's a thing about viewership or if I need more subs. But I have not received the privilege yet, so I'm waiting. I mean, it should be coming soon. I'm sure I'll receive a bunch of awards. I'm waiting. I mean, it's bound to happen, right? Yeah. Streamers ruin gamer culture. I think gamer culture ruins streaming. Let's take it that way. Yep. So on the Carrack, I gotta say, if you want an exploration ship, it's a candidate. You got to look at other exploration ships like the Odyssey 2. I don't know. I'm 50-50. It depends. If you like this manufacturer like Anvil, go for it. I don't know. Also, exploration isn't really in the game, so we just can't tell. Not enough information. Centurion, same deal as the Ballista, except you've got those. Well, the size 5s. What are they? It will definitely generate a beautiful cone of. I was going to say cone of shame, but it's not what dogs wear. What's it called? What is it? Area of denial? A cone of denial? It will create a cone of denial around a specific spot. It's very situational. I would buy in the game, not spend real money. Just the point, you won't be using it as much as you think you'll be using it. Crucible, interesting. So there will be star systems. The Circle of Trust. Right. Geronimo, welcome. Shive, are you back into racing yet or what? If you guys don't know, Shive is actually a local celebrity. He used to be the top racer in all of Star Citizen until he retired. He hit the ripe old age of, I think, 22 or 23, which is retirement age in Star Citizen. And he kind of stepped back and let other people have the limelight, which is very nice of him to let other people win for a while. But he'll be back one day. An area of denial, right? So it's more of an envelope of a cone-shaped envelope of denial, right? It's a long road, yeah. But Shive, I think it's very nice of you to let other people win for a while. I mean, it wasn't cool that you were dominating the leaderboards for as long as you did. So everyone, round of applause to Shive for just being an awesome guy and letting other people win the racing for a while. I'm sure they'll all appreciate it. What's up, Dr. Rich? So let's talk Crucible, a mobile repair platform, 350. Very unique in what it does. There will be star systems where there are less bases where you can repair. So if you got damage from ramming into asteroids, which we all do, and you cannot repair it, there needs to be someone who can come repair you, like AAA in space. This is what the Crucible is. And I would say probably going to be very useful, right? Probably going to be useful. Right now, where we are in the game, not right now, but there will come a point where will be star systems on the edge of whatever and no place to repair. And the only ship that can repair will be this. But look, it's only fitting a Hornet in there, so it's limited by size. Is there a way for this to repair larger ships? Does it have drones or something? Does it? Which reminds me, I gotta pull up my YouTube chat. 1 second. Speak amongst yourselves for a sec. Does it? What's up, YouTube? That's better. Dr. H, hello. Okay. It's supposed to have repair drones. Right. The bay is detachable? What? What do you mean the bay is detachable? Where... No, I don't see how. Are you making that up? You telling me this area detaches? It's mentioned it's going to have to grow. Right. I mean, I don't see why you'd create this entire repair ship that can only fit something the size of a Hornet in it. So it must have other ways to repair larger ships. I'm guessing repair drones will do whatever else needs to be done, but that is strange that it'll be limited by that size. Yeah. The box on the Hornet is in detaches. The arms next to it fold out to repair bigger ships. All right, so first time chatter Jay coming in with the fire, saying that these will spread outwards. Is that what you're saying? That folds outwards, and I guess these things here fold downwards to create this much bigger open area. Is that the idea? Should be detachable. The back end is for repairing large ships. You know who else is an expert on back ends? Nicole. And if everyone behaves, we'll see some of her insights into that exact topic. The stream is 18 and over, please. Don't bring your children to watch this. All right, so as far as repair go, look, I say if you are into the healer mechanic in MMOs, then this is probably something which should interest you. We don't have enough information about it, but it seems to be unique in its purpose and its role. Very likely a good moneymaker also. So I would say yes, at such time when repair is in. We also have no idea when this is coming out. So don't buy it now and think it's coming next week. It's not happening. Maybe hold on to a CCU into this, which you can use at some point in the future. But no opinion on that beyond that. So let's get into the Hornet series. I'll be honest. I haven't touched my Hornet in years. I don't use it. Now that the F8 is out, I will never use my Hornet again. I go for the Arrow, I go for the Gladius, I go for the Fury, and I go for the F8. I just don't fly. This is me personally. You guys feel free to disagree if you do like the Hornet, but ever since the Hornet got competitors, I tend to go for everything else except that. I like my Super Hornet for Tuesday. Yeah, Super Hornet is cool. But me personally, I've just moved on. I think we spent so much time in the Hornet from the early days. I mean, it was the first fighter ship, right? So I spent hundreds of hours in the Hornet, and I just go for other stuff right now. I mean, there are some interesting variants. The Wildfire, because of, I guess, the paint. Is it? The Super Hornet, two-seater, pretty decent stats. Obviously, it was one of the earliest and most powerful medium fighters in the game. Tracker, I don't know. Hornet, Ghost, it's cool. It's black. I don't know. Personal opinion is the entire Hornet series for me, I just don't use them much, but they definitely have a lot of fans. Always love to look at the Tracker. Yeah, and the Ghost. No, definitely. I haven't flown the Ghost. I had the Ghost at one point. I CCU'd out of it a long time ago, but it's definitely cool. If you do like Anvil and you do like the Hornets, which are the classic fighters of Star Citizen, go for it. Grab yourself the base one, and you can always CCU upwards at some point in the future. Also available to buy in-game, so not a big deal. The F8 Lightning for sale again. Can we just talk about the anger that you all feel right now? That CIG has lied and gone back on their word, saying the F8 will not be sold, which I don't really care. I care less about that than almost anything else. It's not for sale? No? View offers. You can only buy... Oh, okay, I'm not angry then. No? So you have to have the golden ticket? Oh, so why is it there then? Why is this here? This is false advertising. Double check this for me, anyone who's logged in right now. Can you... And are the golden tickets available? Why is this listed? That is weird. Only ticket holders. Event Bade. Blazor, I think you're having a stroke. Event badge. Oh, okay. Event badge is same as ticket. Badge required listed at top. Event badge required. Ah, okay. What event? I see it, but no buy option. Tater, first time chatter, welcome. In the early days, the Phoenix was the ship to have. Now it's a mashup. Yeah, tech, but that's how it's always been, right? Every new release ship has to be better than the ship before it. If it's not, no one's going to buy it, so what's the point? A golden ticket. Is there some event happening right now today? Because it's weird they would put up for sale if there's no badges, but yeah. Can be bought only once per account also. You get it for free if you spend enough money on the game. Correct, Manny. That is true. Yeah. If 2 tickets in my inventory, says Phobos. All right, listen. If anyone in chat is looking for a ticket, Phobos Productions has 2 tickets. He might be willing to let one go, so shoot him a message if he is feeling generous to give you a golden ticket. But there must be some event happening right now. I mean, why will this be up? In any case, my thoughts on the F8 Lightning is it is beautiful. It is for me personally, the go-to ship for combat now. I will just take this anytime there's something to shoot. I will grab this ship. For $300, it's expensive. But listen, if you don't want to wait for Squadron 42 and playing through that and everything, then if you're going to have one fighter in the game and you have $300 burning a hole in your wallet, I would say buy. That's the only reason. If you're going to have one fighter, just get the heavy fighter and be done with it. That's it. Gladiator, the forgotten red-headed stepchild of bombers, which is not really a bomber. It's not dropping bombs. It's more of just shooting torpedoes, and I guess it's classified as a bomber. But this came out very, very early in Star Citizen. It's been all but forgotten, in my opinion. I've not seen these fielded. I hardly see them in the game. No one flies them. Maybe at some point they add some special feature to it to make it worthwhile. Hard pass on the Gladiator. I think it was very cool at launch, but it's been completely ignored. No one uses it. I don't see a use for it compared to other things right now. Someone made an awesome Mark II ship showdown for last year. Envoy, hello. Good morning. Glad I need some love. Hopefully getting some paint. Is this video safe for work? Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Athy's link. Hope it's not feet. Oh. Hey, that isn't horrible. That is a good idea. Foldable wings. Modules for bomb bays. Yeah, I like it. Huh. That's actually brilliant. That is actually brilliant. Stoic. Yeah, I love everything about that. No, Cromwell, this is not it. We're going to get to there's a new video out with the new RSI mining ship. But yeah, I mean, it's going to take a bit of work. I don't know if CIG is going to bother. Will they sell a bunch more of them if they do that? I don't know. I think it's a nice idea. I think the Gladiator is forgotten. It's done. I don't think they'll do anything again. VT Heavy, subscribe. Thank you very much, sir. Your subscription. By the way, chat, thank you everyone for buying Ninja Girl her new sewing machine. Using your generous subscriptions, I got Ninja Girl a sewing machine for her birthday, which is in a week. Where was it? It was there somewhere. Anyway, she doesn't know. It's from me, really, but you guys help fund it. Ravy Spook, thanks for subscribing. Oh, we're on fire. I told you guys, Shive didn't believe me when I said I'm the biggest streamer in all of Star Citizen. Relatively speaking, if you count the growth rate from yesterday to today. The rate at which we're growing. Ninja Girl's out right now, but I will tell her her birthday's in a week. I'll bring her on in the morning on the day of her birthday, and we can sing happy birthday to her. But she's been looking at a sewing machine for a while. We keep on borrowing our neighbors, so I saw Black Friday had a deal. Just went ahead and got it. All thanks to your subscriptions. So you know, I'm not spending your money on ships. The money is going into buying me 1 year of goodwill from the wife. And she's Asian, so those of you married to Asian women know how important it is, because they're dragons, right? Yeah. So I'm hoping a sewing machine buys me at least 1 year. At least a year. Gladiator, passed on the Gladiator. Hawk. Yeah. I want to love it. I just upgraded my Hawk into the Zeus Bounty Hunter. Reason being, I love the idea of the bounty hunter in this small little ship that's going to go and you're going to grab a bounty and stick him in the back. I'm just not sold on the... Actually, I think the Zeus is just way better. Right? Lee. Yes, we Asians know. Lee, you and I can possibly get together and just share stories and give each other a hug because we need support. So the Hawk is interesting. It's got some interesting offensive weaponry. I've been flying it for a while on my one account, but then the Zeus came out and I'm upgrading. I'm straight up CCing into the Zeus M. What's it? Which was the Bounty Hunter Zeus? MR? MK? The Bounty Hunter Zeus has 2 or 4 of the cryopods, captain quarters. Obviously, different price range, but I like it. I like the Hawk. I've moved beyond it at this point. I've just moved on. Hawk is my favorite fighter and should be deployed from launch. Search and rescue. Yeah, it's a cool little ship. There is no light fighter. What are they? Is it 4 size 1s? What is the weapon in? I forgot. But it's decently. The offensive weaponry is decent. It's got the EMP on it, and it's got the back end there for the cryopod. It's definitely unique. If you want to be a bounty hunter with the new bounty hunting mechanics coming in, I would say smash buy on the Hawk. Personally, I have moved past it. I am now upgrading the Hawk to the Zeus. That's just what I've done because I've had this for long enough. I'm just bored of it, I guess. But it's a cool little ship. It's interesting. Definitely fun to fly. Can hold its own. It's not horrible. It's pretty good. 4 size 2s and 2 size 1s, no missiles plus EMP. Right. So the 4 size 2s, if you just put on all the same weapon, it's not bad. It's decent. It's a 2-person craft and it gets updated for your friend. Yeah, I mean, and you can log out you were able to log out. Can you still log out in the back? I believe you can. The back of it is essentially a bed. Unless they've changed it, but I used to be able to log out in the back, which made it cool. It's interesting, it's unique. I personally have CCU'd into the Zeus from that. On my one account, so there's this account I have which has 2 ships on it. This is one of the 2 ships it had. I CCU'd out. Hurricane, the forgotten heavy fighter. I always say, oh, this is the best heavy fighter, and I forget that the Hurricane exists. Definitely one of the hardest hitting ships in the game. If you have a friend in there to man the turrets, it is deadly. It is deadly, and it is not used much. But I think the F8 gives this a run for the money. Between this and the F8, I would take the F8. Diffies, first time chatter, welcome. Does anyone use this ship a lot? I mean, it's a great ship as long as you have a friend in the back there running the turrets. It's definitely one of the hardest hitting ship. Shive needs a friend. Yes, Shive. If only there was some sort of organization. VT, having you follow, welcome. If only there was a group of people that could come together, and maybe share a Discord and then chat on Discord. Tiamat07, welcome. If only that existed. The F8 took over all my people. Right, exactly, Lee. Since the F8 came out, the only fight I need is the F8, and that's it. That's it. But Hurricane, I would say pass. It doesn't offer anything too unique at this point in time. It was at the time when it came out. King of the Hill, no longer. I would say Hurricane is great for training gunners. Maybe. Yeah, but I don't see a point in wasting cash in it. I would buy in-game. Montoya, can't you get wife to sit turret duty? No, my wife is not into these games, which is maybe good because then my private time is here without my wife coming in. I'm lying. She'll pilot the Javelin. Legionnaire, dedicated boarding ship. Yes. It looks like the Pelican from Halo, I love the way this ship looks. It has a very unique role. At 120, it shouldn't be too expensive in game when it comes out, but if you're just looking for unique ships that have specific roles, this is one of them. The front opens up and it kind of attaches to another ship so you can board it. I think this will definitely have uses in the game. I say yes, just because I think it's cool and it has a unique role. The Liberator, pricey, but again, it's a pocket carrier. There is no other ship in the game which offers what this does, and it also has massive range to go across star systems. I would say definitely yes on the Liberator, just because it is unique in its role as a carrier. Not only do you have internal space, but you can land 3 ships on the top with space to spare. So if you and a bunch of friends have a bunch of Furies, you can put a shitload of Furies all over the top of it, and your tonks inside and go off in whatever operation you have to. I think it's going to be extremely valuable in terms of AUG warfare. The speed of being able to simply deploy whatever you're carrying very quickly because the sitting on top is going to be important. 575 is expensive. I will say that if you have every ship in the game and looking to add something unique, go for it. Otherwise, pricey. Gomer's here. Welcome, Gomer, new follower. 575 expensive, but if you're looking for unique ships which have unique roles in the game, I would say smash buy on the Liberator. Spartan armored transport, useless, don't bother, pass by it in the game. Terrapin, interesting. The ultimate scout. We don't know enough about exploration and pathfinding. We can only imagine that it's going to be important to seek out jump points. Tanner Man subscribed with his Bezos bucks. Thank you. We're on fire today, guys. Damn. I could have bought Ninja Gold, the more expensive sewing machine. In fact, I mean, I could probably cancel the order and get the expensive one. I mean, there was one for like 300 and there was one for 500. Depending on how many subs come in today, maybe we'll do that. Her happiness. Let me explain how this works. When Ninja Girl is happy, I'm happy, right? And if I'm happy, we do more Nicole. And if we do more Nicole, you're happy. Okay? You guys understand how that works. Tech coming in with 5 subs. Thank you very much. Tech, I'm joking, by the way. I'm not going to cancel the order now. Well, I may. Thank you, Tech. Very generous of you. Sab700, Lil Boots, Splendor of Ashlands, Hook, and Kronos. You have now been subscribed, courtesy of Tech. Thank you very much, Tech. Everyone wins. Ninja Girl is happy. She makes me food. When I get food, I'm happy. Speaking of, do I have to get a turkey going? I'm not going to do a turkey. I think we're going to do chicken. My son is the local American in the house, and so we have to respect his holidays. So we have to do both. I have one Canadian kid and one American kid. So we have to respect both. And Tech topping it off with 1 bit. Thank you very much. Goma Chef, first time chatter, started watching this IE, great stuff. Yeah, Goma, stick around. We're gonna take a look at the latest video in a second. Let's just get through this. All right, on the Scout, it is a unique ship that has these armored things that come across the cockpit. We just don't know enough about scouting and pathfinding right now, but it's the ship built for that. So I would say once that is a game loop, yes. It's a crowd favorite. People love this ship for its look. Oh, excuse me, hiccups. So, just because we don't have the game loop in the game, I would say pass. But because exploration and pathfinding is going to be a thing, I believe the Terrapin is going to be a pretty good ship for that. It's going to be heavily armored. We affectionately call it the Turtle. And there's been people banging the table for a medical version of this. So if there is ever a variant for a medical Terrapin, that is hot. So the Terrapin, much beloved by the community. It doesn't have much use yet, but when it does come around, it'll be good. Dado saying it can withstand corrosion, etc. Thank you, Dado. Right. So, I mean, it's heavily armored. It's very likely going to be one of those ships that can go through systems like Pyro, which are the solar flares, the mass ejections, and will be able to basically survive whatever gets thrown at it. So it's going to be, that's the direction they're going with it. It's going to be useful. So I would say yes in the Terrapin, but not now because the game loops are not in yet. The Valkyrie, this is the standard go-to dropship, I would say smash buy on the Terrapin if you need a dropship. If you have 10 or 20 friends and you want to do ops together, this is the ship to use. It's kind of pricey as it's nearing $400 right now, but definitely the go-to. So smash buy if it is useful, if a dropship is useful to you. The Arrow, back to the Arrow now. Yes. All right, so that's done. We're good. Any comments before we move on? You guys have been great. You know what? You guys have been so great. You know what? Here's your reward. It's coming. Here it comes. If you have any kids in the room, make them leave. The stream is adults only, as you know. Nicole, Drinkwater, take us away. What should you do this one? Let's go.
Hi guys, come watch me do yoga and pretend to spread peace, love and veganism even though I know you only care about seeing my dump truck. I'll make sure the camera is directly on my fat ass while I show off my flexibility and be at one with nature. I'll then do only sexualized positions like this downwards dog and then turn to the front for you to see that pussy fat. After, I will drink water from a plastic bottle, contradicting myself about saving the environment. I'll then sit cross-legged and pretend to do breath work. See you next time. Namaste. Hi,
Namaste. Thank you very much, Nicole. That was very insightful. We appreciate your insights into the yoga, which, you know, we're all experts in at this point. And as promised, there is balance. We're going to do some Joey Swole because Athy's in the house. Let's see. There's 1 million views.
The mirror. About 30,000 pics.
I don't know if I can have the music playing. Why you guys like this? Who invited him to come to my video? God give me patience is saying the girl doing lunges. She's got her camera down. She's doing lunges coming down, and she's basically saying, I think.
Over and over again, and I couldn't figure out what this man does wrong. Maybe because he doesn't do anything wrong. But you say, why are guys like this? Why? Because he looks at you? Your video is 26 seconds long. This man looks at you literally for 1 second as you lunge past him. Not to mention, it's a commercial gym. It's a shared space. People are going to look at you. It's normal. Let me get this straight. You're okay posting this video on social media for the entire world to see, but upset one single person looked at you in real life? Really? Or you say, who invited this man into your video? Well, it looks to me like that man was benching there before you started filming. He's just going to put his plates back, like he's supposed to. Just because you start filming doesn't mean everybody else has to stop their workout just for you. You don't own the gym. But hey, if you want to train somewhere where you can film and nobody comes in your video and you can do as you please, build a home gym. Train there. Until then, you need to do better. Mind your own business.
The mirror.
If some of you are confused about what he's going on about, there was a big trend on social media. I think it's kind of ended now, largely because of his responses to all this. But there was a trend going on for some time where girls would be just posing and working out, and then as a man walked by, they would shame him and go, he looked at me. Like, what a perv, he looked. And Joey Swole's basically saying, hang on, like, this is a gym, and people are going to look at each other. It's going to happen. You can't expect people just to put blinders on, pretend they can't see you. If you are an attractive man, women will go past and look at you. And if you are an attractive female, men will walk past and look at you. It's a public area. It's going to happen. So the trend was to basically shame all these men who are just looking around all the time and calling them perverts and shaming them on public media. It got pretty bad. Some people were ejected from gyms because they were being called perverts or whatever it was for creeping. And Joey Swole just kind of came along and did the opposite of it and said, you know what, like, it's a public area. This is not should be allowed. You're wrong. Men will look, and you cannot tell people to not look at each other in the gym. It's impossible. There's mirrors everywhere. You cannot avoid it. He came out kind of a voice for that at the right place, right time, and did very well. And also love gym positivity from him. Athy, that was for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's move on. We have an Arrested Development Inside Star Citizen. Let's watch this. It is 2 hours old. Any questions or comments about Nicole or Joey? But look, let's be fair. Tech, there are creeps at the gym, right? Just at my gym, I was just at the gym the day before yesterday, and I was talking to a buddy there, and he goes, there's an older guy there. There's a bunch of new students coming in, like those 16, 17, and this guy must be in his 40s. I wasn't there to see it, but I heard the story. And these young girls were doing squats, and this guy who's like in his 40s came by and said, "Let me spot you," and started spotting them. Like, you know how you spot when someone squats, right? And I think the story I got was the girls were not asking for a spot. Like, he just came in and started spotting them, and they weren't sure how to deal with it. And I go, it is a tough situation, because what do you do? The gym isn't big enough for them to run away, and there was no one around for them to say, "Hey, tell this guy to leave us alone." So look, there are creeps at the gym. There's definitely issues with that. And so, I don't know, it's a tough situation. I mean, next time I'm at the gym and I see it, I'll step in. But women do get harassed at gyms. It happens. It's just a matter of, being able to deal with it. Go to reception, tell the receptionist about it. Choose a bigger gym. No, like, this is the area gym. There's nothing closer in the area. Like, if you go to this is the gym you go to. And if some guy is creeping, look, when my daughter starts working out, I'm going to explain to her very clearly how to deal with the situations. Like, if a guy is creeping, you say, "I'm here to work out, please leave me alone." There's ways to deal with it. Like, I appreciate your advice there's always going to be guys who walk up to girls and go, "You got to straighten your back up and extend your arm like that." Just say, "Thank you very much, I appreciate it, but this is how I work out." There's ways to deal with it. And I feel a lot of young ladies are not either too scared or are not aware of the way they can deal with situations like that. It's definitely an important topic. But I have a more important topic, and that is today's Inside Star Citizen, called Arrested Development. Obviously, wordplay on the Arastar. That's the name, Arastar, which is this mining ship right here. Let's roll. SRV.
The Argo SRV is the tow truck of the universe. It is that single player, I want to rescue, recover, retrieve other vehicles in the game.
SRV stands for Standard Recovery Vehicle.
It's for towing other ships around. Maybe they're disabled, maybe it's a difficult docking situation that needs help.
It's meant for when you've got ships stranded out in space that they need some help. You're there with your flashing lights and your bright orange ship to go and rescue them.
It's for the player that wants to help rather than go out murdering.
You often go out murdering?
Yeah. I often go out murdering.
CIGO griefers confirmed. You see, it's a top-down problem. It's
Argo
a systemic
very
top-down problem of griefing from within CIG.
There's a few kind of core elements that we knew we had to have. It's got to be orange. There's no question about that. It needs to have kind of VTOLs that rotate. It needs to have big engines at the back, and it needs to feel kind of super industrial and very functional compared to a lot of our other manufacturers. One of the things that we learned early on when we were doing Argo ships as a manufacturer is, as the orange is such a bold color, we really want to kind of keep that contained as much as we can. So what we try and do now with our Argo ships is we still want them to be orange, we still want them to be very recognizable, but we want that all to be contained within one area. And then
we took out Jeff's SRV yesterday. It's such a cool ship. I don't have one. I don't think this towing game loop is something I'm going to do. But as you go up the elevator, the components right there, the cockpit's right there, there's living quarters right there. It's such a cool solo ship. I love Argo design. They've done a really good job with it.
Underside is kind of like the more mechanical area and the kind of black bellies. And I think that difference between the tops and bottoms really helps to add some believability to the vehicle. Not everyone loves orange, so we will have
different
paint options available.
The Argo SRV has 3 tints. It has a really nice white one,
Ooh,
and a black and yellow one, which is my favorite. And it has also this blue beigey one, which I think out of all the ships is kind of new for Argo, that kind of color combination. My favorite thing about the exterior of the SRV is that it's very consistent with both the mole and the raft. It has this diamond shape on the top with the circular feature. I like that kind of consistency. It really feels like a family of ships.
Originally, the SRV didn't have much of an interior, but we pushed for like a bigger one.
We've tried to balance both the Argo utility feeling that everyone loves, along with keeping it nice enough that you could bring in a couple of explorers who...
Ladies and gents, local celebrity in the house, Griffin Gaming RPG. Happy Thanksgiving, Griff.
Ships down.
Toe squadron, yeah.
You'll enter the engineering area. This is actually where you enter the ship. The airlock or the lift is in the floor of that room. Within this room contains all the components for the SRV. It's kind of like the RAF's corridor, but all compacted and refined more into a single space, so everything's kind of jammed in there, so you can access everything at once if you need to.
Yeah. Griff, you missed the best part of the stream. We just did Nicole. You missed it. I'm not going to replay it again now, so next time try to be on time, all right?
Moving on, you'll go onto the bridge. You'll sort of be greeted by your standard Argo styling, your space trucker seat, your ball bars and your nice angled glass. Then moving on to the rear of the ship, you've got the habitation area. In the habitation area, you've also got bed for if you're long hauling, the suit locker for going into hazardous places, and like a gun rack, so you've still got that utility in there as well.
My favourite little bit about that is it's got like a sort of like rest and recovery area for the person being rescued. So they don't have to stay in their busted up soft depth ship. They can come over to the SRV, sit at the table, get like a recovery coffee.
That you can kind of sit down and look out and you can see your ship being towed by the SRV.
The Argo SRV has a very large tractor and towing beam assembly on the rear of the ship that the pilot controls. So they navigate towards the vehicle, swap to the turret view that controls the tractor beam, and then they position it and lock onto that ship.
Hey Decibels, how you doing?
Reasons why you would use it. Maybe you've run out of fuel and you don't want to pay some exorbitant staff owners fees to refuel. You want your friend to come tow you back to a spaceport. And most importantly,
most people don't know that you can get repaired from soft def now. But obviously, you won't be in a safe place if you got put into soft def.
You can repair from soft death? What? When that happen? If I get blown up and my ship crashes from soft death, I can repair that? Can we, if you're running bounties and you soft death your bounty onto the surface, can you repair their ship and take it? Is that doable? Or is it only your, how do you repair your ship from soft death? Is it talking 322? Or now, if someone drags you to a pad, oh, like I'm thinking you take out some kind of repair beam and you're repairing it. So if I soft death a bounty, I can then tow their ship to a pad, go inside and choose to repair it. We'll have to try that. As we all know, you can repair from soft death now. God, you people are so stupid. Don't you know this? Everyone knows this. The video shows you? All right.
So the SRV is going to come along, tow your ship to a safe location where it can get repaired. It's like a car recovery vehicle if you break down on the motorway sort of thing.
It can be towed back to a spaceport, and then that ship can be repaired back to a state of flight.
Listen, I guess we're probably just watch and listen instead of coming to conclusions, right? Let's just do that.
The SRV really begins to shine once the resource management system comes into play, because you won't always be in full soft def. You could have messed up your engines.
Thrusters could have malfunctioned. Power plants could be worn out and need replacing. All these things are going to result in ships that are fairly immobile or ground vehicles that are immobile. And we don't want players to just simply go and claim on their insurance for these things as their first port of call. We want people to recover it. It's going to be much more beneficial to you in the short and long term. In terms of using the SRV, the shields need to be down on the target vehicle or ship. So that could be the player has willingly lowered their shields, or they're in a state where the shields no longer function. And it needs to be not fighting against the SRV in terms of movement.
The idea of making a tow truck, I think, is a great idea. When you're a little boy and you grow up and you see the breakdown vehicles sat at the side of the road with their flashing lights on, being able to kind of recreate that, but for our own audience, is super fun.
I love the idea.
So that's the SRV.
I love everything about this idea. It's like you're flying in your ship, or you're racing ship, or you got soft death for some reason, and you have an attachment. I mean, you can simply go and respawn, right? But if you are playing, if you are RPing, if you're role-playing, in a sense that you want to keep the ship that you have as opposed to just magically making a new one appear, getting it towed someplace, repairing that old ship, kind of you keeping the essence of the... Am I on the right track here? That's how I see it. Because you're building this connection with this ship, and it's taken damage and it's unflyable. You can't just go and recall it at a terminal, but having to tow it somewhere, repair it, it's technically that same ship that you're keeping, right? I think that's cool. I like that. I like it.
And it is another great entry point into a support career.
We've got a lot of combat and commerce type ships, but it's the next true support class vehicle.
For those of you who don't want to fight, don't want to haul goods, the SRV is there to help you support other players and NPCs in the game.
You want me to say I'll be a tow truck driver? I'm more of a Drake guy.
So you're more of the getting towed guy?
I'm definitely more of the getting towed guy, yeah. I will need a friend with an SRV nearby.
It's for good people who like to help others, unlike Drake owners.
Slamming Drake
The
owners.
Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is our annual celebration of all things ship and vehicle in the Star Citizen universe. Whether that's alien starters like the Gattac Sulan, stylish cargo craft like the Crusader Spirit C1, personal people tanks like the Tumble Storm, or the recently made flyable space tow truck, the Argo SRV.
Mr. 12 SCU
And yes,
cargo elevator
I
and
know,
SRV yesterday.
and I can already
Dr. Rich,
see
I
the YouTube
did.
comments now.
You're right.
We already got that ship yesterday.
Well, I like spaceships, and I like the people that make spaceships, and I like showcasing their development. But I hear you. So let's move things forward and discuss the new concept vehicle that's making its debut this Saturday, the RSI Arastra.
Here we go. All right.
Last year for CitizenCon, we did a vote to decide what vehicle you wanted to see next.
Damn.
And the winner was the mining ship. So what we ended up doing is the large RSI mining ship, which has turned out to be the RSI Arastra.
What is Arastra?
Absolutely no idea.
Primitive mill that's used in grinding ores, I think.
The name Arastra derives from the ancient mining tool and technique.
So in Star Citizen, we have a number of mining ships already. We've got the Prospector, which is kind of like your starter hour. The Mole is that kind of first multi-crew ship. It allows you to go out with a few friends and kind of try and work a profit together. And then the top of the scale, we've got the Orion. That's the...
What's up with the Orion? I keep on forgetting the ship exists because there's just been so little about it. But this is the end game mining ship. For those who are new, don't know. This is like the end game, the big daddy of mining. It's been a while since we saw anything about this.
Kind of end game of mining, and we saw this gap between the two. So the RSI Arastra is the ship that fills that gap.
I don't know about this. Yesterday we were talking about the Mole. So what's the point of having the Mole if this ship is a bit better than that? But I guess they see the gap. I guess, let's see.
So the Arastra kind of combines the core visual elements that we've kind of developed over the years of RSI. It still has that definite triangular arrowhead shape to it, so it still feels at home within the RSI family. One of the things we struggled with a little bit at the beginning.
They're using the Arastra to figure out how they're going to build the Orion. Interesting, interesting. So I want to stop you for a second and look at the design, which I absolutely love. I think the RSI design language has definitely become one of my favorites in this game so far. I love the angular kind of aggressive design of things. At first look, when this came out, I thought, oh, this is going to be some kind of military corvette with some kind of cannon in it. But as a mining ship, I'm surprised because it looks kind of aggressive for a mining ship, just my opinion. I love the position of the bridge. I thought that this area in the middle here will be some sort of ion cannon to make us some kind of corvette, ion cannon corvette, which would have been awesome. But just the visual aspect, I'm sold. I don't mind, but if I did, maybe. But it's beautiful. I love the design.
When concepting it, we didn't want it to feel too sleek. It really needs to feel like it had a functional purpose, and that really led us down exposing a lot more of the industrial elements. We've built on the idea of RSI layering in their ships to kind of really expose the core framework of the ship down.
All right, so the top, I thought the top turret was a weapon. The top turret is a mining laser. I think the mole has a better design when it comes to the positioning of the mining lasers, giving you more place to move around. Yeah, it looks like it can attack rocks very well, right? It's a beautiful looking ship, but it's mining. It's weird. Maybe there'll be variants. I think there'll be like a combat variant of it. Just like switch out the hull for... Maybe they're going to go that way. Instead of just designing a new Corvette-sized ship, they'll just remove the mining lasers and stick on some weapons on that. Keep watching.
The central kind of columns.
It also has a much more comfortable habitation for the crew to live on. It's got plenty of utility on board for day-to-day life, as well as a place to actually land additional vehicles in the back.
It has everything you need to spend a large amount of time away from dock, away from station. It's got an onboard refinery. It's got a large amount of ore storage, as well as onboard cargo. It's a kind of big, serious mining ship, and it allows for a crew of up to 5 to kind of go out and really kind of step into that professional level mining outfit without requiring a big capital ship.
We have multiple stations for different people to actually mine at the same time as each other.
They're all sat together in a very RSI-like bridge section. The remote turrets that are on the Astra all have some level of transformation in terms of their location. The 2 at the front can slide backwards and forwards along, so you don't require the pilot to have to go left a bit, go right a bit.
But then we also have a large one in the center, which can descend through the middle of the ships.
Can actually transform down through the ship and out the bottom to cover the underside. What? So really you can mine in 360 degrees with this ship.
That's cool.
And as it cuts through the ship, you can actually see the turret as it travels from one side to the other.
And then additional crew members can help either position the ship if they want to change location, or deal with the mined goods at the rear of the ship in the cargo bay. But the ship can also hold ground mining vehicles if you are planet side.
That's a cool little feature. I mean, is it completely necessary to be able to take the mining laser from the top down to the bottom of the ship? No, I mean, just tell your buddy to spin around. Not really a make or break feature, but a cool little feature nonetheless, that the person piloting can just kind of step away and let the lasers move around. So nice feature. Decent amount of interior space. Not bad.
Some of those crew members could take mining vehicles that you've stored aboard out and do some surface mining whilst the ship hangs around nearby.
Let's take a look at it. Let's take a close look. It's big. Definitely a step up from the mole. What's the price? Is there a price yet? Or any mention of price? Huge vehicle bay. Yeah. That's definitely a big upgrade from the mole.
To tackle some ground mining rocks. So this ship is really perfectly placed for people who want to go mining but don't quite know what they're going to encounter along the way. They are equipped to tackle anything on the surface, anything on space.
One of the benefits of concepting the Arastra now is that we know a lot more about our game, a lot more about how mining works and kind of features in the game. That gives us a much better understanding of what's important for a mining ship. And that's one of the things that we'll take on to when we kind of deliver the Orion in the future.
So this is a great example of how development on some ships improves and expedites others. Compared to the Orion, this bridges the gap in a few nice ways. It leverages all the existing mining loops and mechanics that we have in-game at the moment. whereas the Orion is going to be solely mining in space. It is a big ship designed for sitting
Is this
out.
new concept? There's supposed to be those grinding teeth thing in the front. That's different. Is this new or is this old concept? This looks like old. This possibly old concept art?
In deep space, mining big asteroids, it won't be capable of going down to planet size and mining on there.
What we kind of learned from the Orion is that a lot of our RSI ships feel very, very aggressive. They feel very military and fast. And if you think of like a big industrial mining ship, the Orion is kind of the opposite to that. It's this huge, kind of bulky ship that is very purpose-built. And what we want to do with the Arastra is take the lessons that we'd learned from that and combine that with some of the more modern RSI art styles and manufacturing techniques.
The Arastra is the sort of all-in-one mining ship. You've started hand mining at the very start. You've progressed to, say, a rock as the next step, then a prospector, then a mole. This is the big step that lets you do a bit of everything. You can mine, you can refine, you can transport. And then if you want to go even deeper into that, then you go off to the Orion at the end.
So what do we learn?
So that's I think mining has received a lot of love. There is definitely a lot of attention that mining has gotten. This ship looks awesome. I personally am not into the mining loops, but if I was, I would say yes. And price, we don't know, right? Also, Orion, I see Corrupt ID saying RSI Orion's up $75 from $650. Oh, sorry. Corrupt ID at $650 now, up $75 from before, right? The release is Saturday, so we wait. Around $375 would be ideal price. Hey, we were way wrong on the Soylent Green. We were saying like $120, $150, and it came out way cheaper. But then again, it has to be pricier than the mole, right? Ganjo, first time chatter saying, I bet this thing is going to be $500-$600. I don't know. We'll see. What is the mole? What is the price of the mole? I am Brig, first time chatter. Boring gameplay, but when base building and crafting is in game, you need the minerals. Correct, Brig. There's definitely going to be a use for mining. It's going to be important. We know that. The mole is $315. Some rumors around $375. Okay, so if the mole is $315, we got to say at least $100 above. So it's going to be in the 400s, right? Elex 315 275 war bond. What for the Arasta? It's got to be more in the 400s. No, thanks for the follow, Elvaroth. Concept price always cheaper, correct? But you got to be a lot priced in the mole to make it work. How much is the Orion? $650 on the Orion. So between the mole and the Orion. Sir Munchalot saying 425 Warbond, 450 standard. I would say that's about right. I think it's awesome.
Then you go off to the Orion at the end.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that the SRV is another fine addition to the working class gameplay Argo always seems to specialize in. That the RSI Arastra wants to be the next big step in the evolution of mining gameplay before its even bigger Orion sibling arrives farther down the line. And that IAE continues to be the biggest ship and vehicle event of the year. But it's also Thanksgiving. And today, while we continue to always give thanks to you, the citizens of the verse.
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone dropped in later. I hope you're having a wonderful turkey day. By the way, if your turkey is in the oven, which it should have been about an hour ago, go in and baste it. You know, either turkey baster or, you know, make it moist. Keep your turkey nice and moist. Turkey is such dry meat. I'll do chicken over turkey.
To make all of this possible, I want to give a special thanks personally to the folks behind the ships. Now, all of the ships and vehicles in Star Citizen are only made possible by the variety of
Ganjo, what's up?
content,
Thanks for the follow.
gameplay, and feature teams all contributing to their look, feel, performance, and overall experience. Despite a few YouTube comments that seem to think Dan McCabe makes some of these things all by himself. Because there's like 62 people on the vehicle content team alone. If only there were a way to...
So now we have some numbers. There's 62 people on the concept vehicle team. I'm the one who constantly, as the top voted white knight in all of Star Citizen, Refunds Reddit approved. Montoya, the top white knight. I have always had to be a CIG apologist, explaining that there's not 1,000 people making ships. There's only a handful of people making ships. And now we have that number. And that number's 62. I gotta watch that again.
Because there's like 62 people.
52, 62. I've always said, because, you know, the comment sections on Kotaku, there's 1,000 people just making ships in this game. And I go, no, it's not. I swear it's a handful. There's 62. Now I have a number. 1,000 people working on ships, right? 60 developers, 1 manager, 1 coffee. Yep. But that is a lot of people. That's a lot of devs for concept ships. I'm surprised. I would have thought it would have been like 30, 40 at most, but 60 people on he said concept, right?
And McCabe makes some of these things all by himself. Because there's like 62 people on the vehicle content team alone.
Oh, vehicle content
if
team.
only there were a way to make everybody remember that.
Right, but vehicle content means like textures, animation. It's not just designing them, right? There's a whole lot. We have a new right going on. You can buy the F8 with 120-month insurance now if you don't already own one. If you found a ticket, you can only buy it with 6 months insurance. Oh no, Phobos. Oh no. Is that what's happening on Spectrum? Okay, we'll go take a look at it in a second. I mean, how angry should we be? On a scale of 1 to 10, let me know my anger levels because, I don't know, I'm kind of numb to it. Let me know. Wait 1 second. Ladies and gentlemen, there's breaking news. Oh, there is drama. Oh, wee. Fighter messed up. That you're selling the F8C to people who are going to take a 10-year insurance. Oh, okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's just finish this video. Let's finish.
It's with the power of song. All right, relax. I wouldn't do that to you. Even I'm not that cringe. So for Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you, and we'll see you all here next week.
Awesome. Jared's awesome. I love him. Good job. All right. Do we now go over to Spectrum?
And now, the developers of our vehicles by Disco Lando.
What?
Kingsley Von Walker, Nate Lang, Adam Parker, Chris Law, Ben Curtis, John Crew, Alberto Petronio, Ben Parr, Luke Mello, George Coffin, Rich Towler, too, Corey Bedford, Aaron and Patrick Solano, Al Parker, Mark Gibson, and Still, Kevin Turney, then Beamal, and Jin, and Zaheen, and Josh Crow, and Jay Thompson, Lars Lopkins, Samuel Brito, Chris Diggs, Bradley Vincent, Tom Hoskins, Chris Smith, April Dillons
going
as
hard.
well, Matt Vieira, Matt Monty, Matt Gron Jones, Evan Jr., Cy Bomer, and Dunk.
He's very talented, isn't he?
Owen and Alex and Alman and Haiti and Leif Livio and Lorenzo. Davinder Peliquin, Dan Dexter Taylors, and don't forget Man and Triero. With Hosmer McCabe and then Bartram and Tobero, Cooney and Dree and Kel Norris. I'm way past my time, but we still have designers like Josh Sleepy Tom and Mercedes.
Nice. Nicely done. He's very talented. He's the perfect guy for this job. Drama. All right. How bad is it? Is it bad? Dear CIG, please extend. Is Neville the streamer? What's I'm terrible with this whole Twitch thing. I see Neville with a large amount of viewers. Is he a big streamer? What's his story? What's his background? Someone fill me in on that. He's a German streamer? Did he start off in Star Citizen or did he come from some other game? F8 Insurance. Let's see. Grindhound bringing the topic up. Definitely seems to be not too controversial. Find it messed up that you're selling the F8 to people with a golden ticket for 10-year insurance for store credit to people that didn't buy originally. And to those reading, no, you can't melt it and rebuy with insurance. You should up the insurance on the original package. But all right. So the deal was that you... All right. Store credit version got 6 months from the event. So if you had let me understand, when you got the golden ticket, you got 6 months insurance. And right now it is what? It's $50 more expensive. If you have the golden ticket, you can buy it with 10 years of insurance during IAE. All right. So if you don't have a golden ticket now, you cannot get a golden ticket now because there is no event, or is there? So how are you buying this? If you just arrived to Star Citizen today with free fly, how are you buying this? You cannot. All right. The people who got it earlier got 56 months, got 6 months. Oh, and now it's coming with 120 months. Is this a big deal? Because insurance is really kind of pointless anyway. Right, Jeff? It's like, yeah, get over it. Look, the insurance thing is nonsense. They've told us many, many times that insurance is not going to be a big deal. What it costs to insure your stupid ship will be the price of doing one box mission or something stupid. It's really going to be anything. You're selling the FAT to people with a golden ticket with 10-year but everyone who had a golden ticket already probably got it. So who's buying it right now? Who here has kept the golden tickets for the IAE? No one. Yeah, we don't even know. No idea what insurance is going to mean. Right. 890 jump insurance, not a big deal. Yeah, look, Black Dream Hunk, when it comes to the big ships, I mean, the 890 jump, look, any ship over $1,000 gets LTI magic. Below it does not. But they've said many, many times it's not going to be a big deal. What ship do I have? I've got several ships with 6 months insurance. I really don't care. I mean, that's me personally. Maybe I'm different. There's a couple of ships in my hangar that just have 6 months insurance, and it's fine. How it's going to, what they explained, if you guys are new, what they've explained to us is that in-game, if your insurance has expired, if you try to pull your ship out, it goes, caution, your insurance has expired. But even if you take out your ship and it explodes, you cannot, anything you paid money for, anything you paid real money for is not going to be lost ever. They're not going to say, oh, well, I didn't have insurance, so your 890 jump that you paid $890 for is now gone. That's never going to happen. The Intel Raven got 6 months too. Right. There's no way in hell, if you pull out your Intel Raven, a very, very rare ship, right, and it goes, caution, 6 months insurance is expired. If you pull your ship now, you will lose it forever. That's not going to happen. There's no way in hell. Can you imagine the lawsuits? Can you imagine the lawsuits? If you paid $890, US, American money, and you blew up your ship and insurance had expired, now you've lost that money. Can you imagine the legal headaches? There's no ways you will lose it. Absolutely not. So whether they, what will they do? They can either prevent you from pulling out the ship, right? They'll prevent you from pulling out the ship and saying you cannot spawn this ship because insurance is expired. Or if you can pull it out, there'll be some mechanic where the ship cannot be lost. It will say, to get the ship back, you must pay 100,000 UEC to be able. It's not going to be lost. There's no way in hell. So that's why we say insurance is not going to be too much of a big deal. To make it so you lose a ship paid real money for is illegal. Yeah, there is no way in hell that you will lose a real ship. Makes you less to claim. Right. Actually, Decibels is probably right. If your ship has lost insurance and the ship is lost, it'll say, well, you have to pay more money to get it back now. You have to pay almost half the value of the ship to make it come back. Right? Getting the mobilizer. I believe it said you have to pay back the insurance and penalty. Right, there'll be some kind of deal. Like even stuff for in-game credit. Actually, anything in-game even. There's no way in hell you will lose a ship and go, well, there's no insurance. It's not EVE Online. Like, oh, too bad, ship is gone. Tough luck. Not going to happen. Ever. Yeah. So, let's see. Nebel saying, much respected German streamer. Almost as big as me. If Nebel really streams a lot and puts effort into it, I can see him becoming as big as me one day. Dear CIG, please extend insurance of original tickets to 10 years. Allow them to melt the old version and buy the 10-year version insurance and store credits. Thank you. Talk about streamer privilege. Can I also say something? Hang on. Now that I'm a streamer, I can say something too. CIG, I strongly recommend you give people 10-year insurance. Can I write that? I'm doing it. We'll cause trouble. Should I do it? I don't know. It doesn't make a difference. I don't think anyone should care. Wow, that's a slap in the face. If I had known this, I would have waited to buy mine. Look, hamburger time is not wrong, though. I mean, you got to listen to what people are saying. While we may feel it's not important, there are people who put a lot of importance on the insurance rates. So, look, we can go and mock these people, but in all honesty, CIG started this. CIG started the whole LTI thing in the first place. They came out with the whole lifetime insurance thing, and everyone thought, damn, like this is important. We must have this LTI. If CIG did not do that, then this would not be happening. But CIG kind of kicked us down that road of insurance is important to make LTI important, right? Let's understand both sides. So while I personally don't think it's a big deal, I couldn't care less. There are people who find this very, very important. And it's not a big deal for them to say, fine, everyone now gets 10-year insurance on your F8 Lightning to make you feel special. So, you know what? I don't disagree with Nebel. Even though he is a lesser streamer than me and not as popular as me, he is right. CIG should just go and give everyone 10-year insurance and make them happy. It doesn't cost them anything. Girl in pigtails. So for people who don't understand, let me explain. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, I don't understand. Let me explain. If you got a golden license during the event, you were given... and also, I don't have to read the stuff anymore because I can just do this.
If you got a golden license during the event, you were given two options for the purchase of this ship. 1 Warbond for $260 with LTI. 2 store credit for $300 W/6 months insurance. This was pushed as a very limited time event, and if you did not purchase one at that time, it would likely be some time before you ever saw this again. Big FOMO marketing push. Now we have Anvil Day at IAE, and up on the store is the following, only if you do not own one, so use incognito browser to see this, or look at the attached screenshot. 1 Warbond for $260 W/120 month insurance. 2 store credit for $300 W/120 months insurance.
All right, here's my question. Well, I guess you guys have answered, but this is the part I don't understand. If it's for sale now, but you can only buy it with a golden ticket, who is buying it now with a golden ticket? Right? If you already got a golden ticket from the event, you've bought it. Like, why would you be, well, maybe you didn't have the money last month? Like, chat, is anyone in here buying this now today? Because if you got the golden ticket from the previous event, you probably bought it at the previous event. You don't need a ticket? Golden tickets just flagged your account. It came for concierge too. Earlier, people saying you do need a ticket, they cannot buy it. But you get Warbond. Okay, store credit for 120 months, but before it was store credit was 6 months. Look, me personally, I just don't care. But yeah, I see the complaints. Look, they are not wrong. They're not wrong. Why offer it for 6 months the first time it comes through, and now? Okay, well, I know why. The problem is that IAE is the special event, and during the special event, they give you special deals. And the special deal is 120-month insurance. I don't know. They dug themselves into this one. Yeah, I get it. War bond with 120-month insurance, fine. But store credit, 120-month insurance. Whereas before, you only got 6 months. Yeah. It's rented in the kiosk. Yeah? Kusanagi says it's rentable. Oh, because on today. Right. It's a convenience thing. LTI's conversation. We've had this conversation 1,000 times over the years. And I'm just at a point in time where I just simply don't care. I have ships with 6 months insurance. I don't care. It's fine. But I do understand that it's very, very important to other people. The IAE is a special event. During the special event, you will get this. And so if you bought it this, okay. I don't disagree. I think, look, $300 is a big purchase. It's a big purchase. The problem is they should have never put up with... Ruben, you're right. This is supposed to be a limited sale, first of all. All right? It was not supposed to be sold, first of all. Then it came up, and now it's back at the IAE. We understand why. We understand that this thing is selling well. Right? Let's take a look. Yeah. Okay, they don't have it there exactly. But what they sold a ton. Most of the sales in October was from that. So 15 million October, largely due to the F8. So why is it back at the IAE? Why are they saying it again? Well, because it's a big seller. And if for some reason you weren't able to acquire it in October because, your paycheck didn't come through, whatever the reason was, they're giving you a shot. And if you happen to get it now, you get more insurance. Not a big deal, but I get it. I understand. And bring it back for sale right now. They got to push, right? This is the big October-November push. And the biggest sales of the year happen in these 2 months. And so we are where are we now? 14 million compared to 23 last year. And we have what's coming through tomorrow. Event schedule. Anvil's a big day. MISC tomorrow. And RSI. Yeah, you know what? They're going to do... I don't know if they're going to break this record. I don't know if they'll be... I don't think they're going to break the 2022 record. I think that there's definitely at least 5 to 7 million more coming before this is over. If MISC is coming out with some new alien ship, that new one we saw in the silhouette, the RSI Arasta, I think it's going to be a good seller, plus the Galaxy Base Builder. If they wanted to break a record, they should have offered the F7A Mark II. Yeah, look, that may be a Christmas surprise. Look, there's still the month of December, right? Still the month of December coming through. Let me move the chat out the way so you can see it. Selling spaceships is not an infinite money-making glitch. It will not make you $100 million every year into perpetuity into the future. It's not going to happen. So 2022, I thought was a freak year. But look where we are. We're close. This is definitely very, very close. keeping in mind we've got the Mirai possible new alien ship, we've got the mining ship, and there's the possible Galaxy base builder ship still coming. We're gonna crack 100 million, and then it's December. Not talking about any possible cap ship or any surprise ships not announced yet. We'll make 100 million this year for CIG, which is an incredible amount of money. An incredible amount of money. So, yeah, they're looking good. It's surprisingly, I am continually surprised every year. It is going well. So long as there's no Origin or Apoquopa ships, I am safe. Mammon coming in, a sucker for the Origin ships, right? We're $2 million ahead at the moment. Okay, yeah, because this isn't current. Let's take a peek. Apps. Roadmap. Development. Launcher. Where is it? What? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Let's just take a peek. Funding. Where are we? For the week, 5.6 mil, should we call it? Is that not right? It doesn't have the month in there though. That's not updated yet. Yeah, it's last month. Yeah, so look, just how's sales today going? Strong. Look, this entire week is strong. That's insane. They're doing 1 million, 1 to 2 million. 1 million, 1.5, 2.1, 1.3, 1.3, 1.5. Yeah, they're killing it. They're killing it. It's crazy. Thank you to all the new guys coming in, supporting our retirement game. So, looks like CIG is in good standing, in good health financially, heading into the end of the year. Next year is another story entirely. Let's just finish this year first and get out there. So let's jump into the actual game itself, which I just downloaded. It's called Star Citizen, apparently. Let's go take a peek. Let's hop in and take a look at the showroom floor. What's the hologram? Stannis Targaryen in the house. Love the username. Stannis. I gotta watch Game of Thrones. Ra'amar, the game is a scam. There is actually no game, but at the same time, there's people spending hundreds of hours a week playing this game, which doesn't exist. So it's kind of a Schrodinger's game. It both does and does not exist. That's a weird thing. All right, let's see who's in. Griffin is away. Infamous Boat, I see you. Mark Sand is in, but that's Europe. Lefty's away. Raven, what server are you on? Probably South African servers. Rocha. Arcade Alchemist. Where are you? You in the UK. I don't want to join your servers, do I? No. Captain Baz? Screw you guys. I'm joining my own server. Don't need you. Oh, Raven, what's your ping like from South Africa? Playing on Euro servers. Is it doable? Yeah. Look, Game of Thrones, I mean, there's so many threads they left untouched at the last season. Like, there were so many questions everyone had about all this stuff, and they just kind of left it hanging. South African servers. Yeah. So what's the ping like playing from South Africa to the Europe servers though? Is it bad? Yeah, Mammon, because of my streamer privilege, I get my own server. Oh, 7 chat. It's a beautiful day in Microtech. Look at it. Beautiful sunset. It kind of looks like Toronto. Ontario. Maybe Montreal. Space Canada. That is totally Toronto in the winter. Let's go take a look. In the game, ping means very little for South African players. I guess the better question for the South African players is, does your internet stay online for more than 3 hours at a stretch? Because I know you guys have some horrible brownouts. Lyrium, new follower. Welcome, Lyrium. As is tradition, if you are new to the stream, you have to come in and tell us your thoughts about LTI. And based upon your comments, we decide whether we keep you or not. The video is live on YouTube. What video? But Legions? Did these doors open and I just didn't see it? You have to manually do it. Power's no problem? Well, that's good. We had family friends who were still in South Africa. I mean, they left a couple of years back, but they had terrible rolling brownouts. They lived in the Sandton suburbs. And they'd say there'd be regular brownouts all the time.
Now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
LTI is low testosterone insecurity. C. Harris, bite your tongue. Don't you say that in the stream. Oh, Lyrium coming in. First time chatter. Every ship bought before the game comes out should have LTI in my... Lyrium is not wrong. Anybody who supports this game before Squadron 42 should get an LTI ship. I like it. I like it. In fact, I like the idea so much, it is now my idea. You guys know how it works. I thought of that first. Every single person that put fresh money into this game before Squadron 42. Yeah. I don't oppose that. In fact, as a very important streamer like Nebel, I will go and tell CIG of my idea. And they will listen to me and respect my authority. Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to... What chip manufacturer? Anvil? Do I have to make a separate YouTube video out of this? I should. Actually, I won't bother. I think everyone's already seen it. I think if you're first to put a video out, then maybe. Anvil, Apex Hall. Apex. Let's go. Alright. I'm not going to make a YouTube video out of this. I don't think there's anything too special. Crucible Liberator, no. F8 Lightning, the Spartan, the Valkyrie. No, nothing special there. A bunch of Hornets over there. The Carrack, the Arrow. Holograms of the Crucible. Okay, or yeah. I think the Legionnaire and Liberator are interesting. The Crucible, if it shows us how it expands, would be interesting. Otherwise, not very interesting over there. Invictus is better than IE. Yeah. If there are any ships that anyone new in here wants to see, let me know. Centurion, Ballista, nothing overly interesting. Let's look at the eye moisture on this guy. Yes. Beautiful. You're agreeing with what I say. Good reflection in the eyes. Nicely done. Let's move on. Alright. Smack bang in front of us. Actually, start with the Hawk. I hope this isn't a ship that I regret getting rid of. It's weird looking. It's kind of... What's up with the landing gear? It's, I guess this is the deployed position. But, it's a weird looking ship. You either love it or you hate it. It's an interesting design choice they made. I'm not so hard about the way it looks. I'm more about the functionality of it. So, having the EMP, was it 4 size 2s? This thing in the back here is your cryopod. Let's see if this guy opens it up or not. He's trying. You were able to do a bed logger net for a long time. I hope you still can. But it's function over form when it comes to the Hawk for me. I like what it does. I'm not so hard about the way it looks. But I've upgraded this Hawk into the Zeus Bounty Hunter because it's just... I've been flying this for years. I think it's a cool ship. I'm just done with it. So I've moved on. Terrapin. This ship is going to be important. This ship will give you protection from the elements and things which you are exploring. We just don't have that in game right now. But I like it. I like the way it looks, and I like its intended role. The Carrack, the default exploration ship for everyone. Pisces, buy in game. Medical Pisces. Yes, you need one. Hornet, Hornet the Arrow, my go-to light fighter. Forgotten red-headed stepchild of all ships, the Gladiator. Maybe one day they do something with it, maybe they don't. What else is here? Is that it? Let's take a look through the hall. Medical Terrapin, if it ever comes. Absolutely yes. Yeah. You are here. There's nothing in hall 5. I need to go to hall number 2. Hall 2. Wrong direction. Went that way. Missing Constellation. The Gladiator is good in PvP. Yeah, the Gladiator is pretty... It's beefy, right? Is it the shields or armor? It's pretty well defended. Defensive capabilities. I got the Pisces Expedition, the Pisces Rescue, says Huracan. I don't know, is the Pisces Expedition really good at that? I mean, the Rescue, yes. The Expedition, I don't know if it's going to be useful at all. No idea. Check my heart rate, 133, rising. I'm in bad shape. My arteries. I am here. A whole bunch of Hornets. I know you guys are... Some of you are horny for this. Some of you are just weird that you like Hornets. What's up with that? Look at how stupid these ships are. I'm getting old. I'm getting old in game. Screw you. You're getting old. You're old. So, the Hornets are the classic fighters of Star Citizen. Me personally, I've moved on to the F8 as my only fighter ship I need at this point in time. But they are unique. I know every time this thing goes on sale, people go nuts for it. They love it. The Wildfire pays tribute to famed pilot Aria Riley for distinguished service in Squadron 42. Okay, I mean, if you're into the lore and you want a classic ship that is kind of... I get it. Why not? Why not? Not for me, though. Tracker. If the Ghost is made to hide, the Tracker is made to seek. It's got a big radar, boost advanced radar suite, making it ideal for deep space explorers. There are other exploration ships. At which point in time will you take this to be your exploration ship? Well, if you have a Polaris, right, and you want to send forward a scout, I guess if this is one of the ships you have, you take that. It will have a purpose. It will have a use. Let's go to the other side. Like the Hornets, they don't have the distance. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a classic ship of Star Citizen. The Mark II. The UAE Navy's premier carrier-based craft. Is this supposed to tease everyone? So, if you don't know, this is the shape of the Hornet now. See, look at these huge square intakes over here. At some point in the future, or maybe never at all, this is the new, sleeker, smoother looking design that everyone's waiting for, but has never actually been released. One person owns it. Yeah, there was some event and someone won this, so we know it's in the game. I don't know what their plan is. What is their plan with this? You don't know? It's gonna be a surprise? It's so much nicer. Keep in mind that the original design was made before they brought on ship dares, before they did anything. The Hornet was actually used in the demo when they were simply trying to raise money for Kickstarter. So this, at some point or another, is gonna come in, and everyone, I think almost everyone, is gonna upgrade or apply the skin if it's that. I like it. I might just get one. You can kind of see the differences. I mean, it's not crazy, but smoother lines. You can see the tiny wing there is kind of placed further back. It's not crazy difference, but if you're a fan of the Hornets, you definitely are drooling over that. I don't know. I'm over the Hornets personally. Hornet Ghost, low emission, low draw weapons, void armor technology. It's built for the pilot who wants to keep a low profile, and it does that. Actually, you know what? The Hornet Ghost in that skin, yeah, in black, I'd be for that. I'd be for it. Let's go check out some holograms. Black Dream Hunk saying he knows more about Star Citizen than some game devs. Other game devs who don't follow it? Yeah. Was there anything in Hall 3? Did I miss something? It's the same hall. Oh no, they're F8. Oh. Well, we're here. Let's do this. Alright. My all-time favorite fighter in the game, hands down, the F8 Lightning. I pulled this ship into my hangar just to look at it. The executive version. Alright? I think it is the most beautiful thing I have seen when it comes to heavy fighters. Well, in this game. I love everything about it. It's awesome. I'm glad people got the opportunity to buy it. $300 is so pricey though. Thank you for your sacrifice to people who did put in for this. But I absolutely love this ship. Even though I'm not really a great pilot, I'm not the best dogfighter, I just love I love everything about it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it handles. Yeah. Can't complain. Happy. Just $300 pricey, right? 3,000 away from getting it. Yeah. That's going to be an expensive 3,000. The Spartan, I've been in a Spartan once. It carried me from the hangar to someone's ship. I got out of it. I don't think I'll ever step foot in a Spartan ever again. It's just never used. Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a beloved design. Gets used a lot. Any kind of mission where you want to take friends, the dropship. And it has pretty good, you can fit what fits in the back? Can you fit a rock in the back of this thing now? They made changes to it after people complained and asked for it, where you can actually fit a vehicle in the back, because before you couldn't. So they added it in. I love this ship. It's great. I don't own one. I just don't use enough. There's enough people in my org that do have them, so I never bothered. But, yeah, I see you. Hello. Who's this? Say hello in chat. But definitely a cool and very, very useful ship if you haven't seen the interior. You have jump seats on this side. And a whole bunch more on this side. Upstairs, captain, co-pilots. Very cool ship. Gun mounts. It's good. Let's move on. Let's go check out the holograms. How to rent the F8C. I think you just gotta walk up to it and look at it. Or if you go to a kiosk. Should be there. Is it rentable? No, it's not. Is it? Can you rent it? I don't think so. Not from here. You can't rent it? Alright, let's go take a look at the holograms. Let's make our way downstairs. That hawk is so ugly. I kind of miss it now. I may have to rebuy one. Stupid ship. But it's unique. I don't know much about CCU. I just upgraded to an LTI Hornet. I upgraded an LTI Hornet to a Warbond Carrack. Yes, your insurance, the highest insurance will carry. So if your Hornet has LTI, your Carrack now has LTI. And look, LTI is the most important thing in this game, as we've mentioned many, many times. More important than server meshing, replication layers. Ballista, useful. Useful at Jumptown. Anytime you need air support, I mean, air denial. Good ship. LTI is the most important thing in the game. Centurion. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, this is the kind of stuff which I would work for in-game. I don't want to spend money on it because I'm just not sure it's going to be that worth it. It's not used that much. It is useful though. So, buy in-game. Let's check out the holograms. Okay, this is the repair ship. So, we don't see much more beyond what we've already seen. And there's nothing special to look at, honestly. Not enough information. It will be useful. Moving on. A little pocket carrier. Definitely useful. I mean, not much to look at, but is designed to be effective in its purpose, which is carrying stuff. So, yes, it's going to be important. I feel that small orgs of, say, 30, 40 people, this thing's going to be really important to you guys. Just getting around, assuming you don't have javelins and Idrises, this thing will do the job of carrying your ships along long distances and getting everyone to where they need to be. Important, but pricey. And my favorite Halo ship, Legionnaire, with now pushing calls for hostile takeover enemy ships. Yeah, I love the way it looks. I just like it. I hope this thing gets variants. Oh, Griffin, is that you? I thought you looked familiar. Is that Griff? You gotta tell me who does your eyebrows. Yeah. I mean, your eyebrows are great. So I like this ship just for how it looks, what it's supposed to do. I mean, we haven't done too many hostile boardings where you need this yet, but I mean, the day will come when that is useful. So it has a very specific purpose, but I'm hoping there'll be variants on this. It's cool looking. And that's it, right? Crucible is my favorite pick from Anvil Expo. Crucible will be important. Definitely. Stop walking into me. Stop. I think that's it. Did we cover everything? Let's just take a look outside again. At the map. But, yeah, I gotta see the Crucible open up and do other stuff. Haven't seen that. Anybody new? Any questions before we move on? That's it. Did that. Carrick. Yeah. Okay, we're done. We're done with the haul. Let's move on to see how Spectrum is freaking out about the LTI story. Oh wait, didn't see the what's it called? Hurricane. 42. Yeah, I remember buying this ship. I remember buying this. And it was so cool. It was such a... And this thing dominated the skies. If you had a friend to sit there and man that turret, or the size 4s, what is that? 4 size 4s? I forget what it was, but it's deadly. This ship is deadly. If you get caught in front of it, it pops you pretty fast. But again, the F8 is out. I'm flying the F8. Everyone's flying the F8s. I mean, it still has its place. I just don't see this thing used much at all. And this concludes our tour of today's kind of interesting, but nothing spectacularly new. What I want to see are the new concepts. I want to see the RSI. I want to see the Murai. We'll do that. Let's go take a look back at Spectrum. I want to see how that's going. Let's see what's happening. We should be able to get the 10 insurance, either melt, rebuy, or apply. Seems like everyone's... is anyone against that? I don't think so. Bought the store credit. You can buy it with store credit, and before it was cash only. Was it? Are you guys... Is anyone in here upset that they brought the F8 out at all? That they put it for sale? And now I'm going back to the early complaints, but some people are very fixed. Anvil, please fix. I don't know. I didn't feel any problem with that. I got a whole bunch of messages saying, you must be pissed that the F8 is out. Now, why? I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to be playing Squadron 42 anyway. Right, but Jonas, playing Squadron 42 doesn't get you the ship for free. That was implied. I mean, that was basically assumed that playing Squadron 42 will get you the ship, but that is not really known, right? F8C not available for you just because you proceed in the game event. Well, look, Spectrum seems okay. That doesn't seem to be blowing up too badly. Game needs ability to block people in voice and chat. You do. You do. There's no way to do it now. Just have 4 people in global, attracting people to drop in the N-word repeatedly. That's what's typically going to happen during these events, though. One new player, I've been helping out. Wait, I don't have to read to you guys.
UST had 4 people on global during a free fly event to attract new players drop the N-word repeatedly. One new player I had been helping out off and on for a couple hours, who is black, had to endure it. Yes, reports were made, but that is not the point of this post. If there is not going to be any real-time moderation of players in the game for racist abuse, in the bare minimum we need the ability to mute or block them. No, pressing F12 is not a solution. As there is only one channel to discuss everything in-game, new players will ask questions there along with friendly discussions. Blocking abusive people is the bare minimum we should be able to do so that people who are black, gay, or any other group who has slurs hurled at them can essentially shut those people off. If we want to attract players and grow, we cannot do that in hostile environments.
Here's the problem with this. It's a free fly event. Now, if you had purchased a $45 game package and you are a legit player who's invested in the game, by purchasing the game package, and you know that your bad behavior can get you kicked out, then you behave. I'm assuming you at least behave better because you don't want to lose your $45 package, right? Because it's a free fly, how can CIG even, how many servers are even up? I don't think it's logistically possible for them to even moderate events of this size. It's a good point. I mean, it's a wonderful point raised, but I don't know how CIG can possibly do it. Besides reporting people, you cannot have active moderation in a game this size, right? I'm a straight white male who received more hate than any other group. Shut up, Worminator. We don't need your straight white male privilege in here. I can't say I've experienced that, Worminator. But even if there is hate thrown as a white presenting straight male myself, I take zero offense to any kind of hate thrown my way. I'm like, it's like, whatever. I don't care, right? AI moderation? I don't know. I mean, look, this is definitely a problem. Personally, I have not seen this. I haven't seen too much of this flying around, but there is no way to block people in voice, so he's right. But the bigger question is, how the hell do you moderate this in a game this size? There is no way in hell they can be scanning voice transmissions. What can you do? There's nothing you can do. Yeah, you shouldn't be using the invoice anyway. AI to monitor it? Yeah, in real... Well, it's not difficult for them to monitor the text scroll, right? I've seen way too much text. Like, first thing I do in the game is I usually press F12 just to hide it. It hasn't been too bad for me personally. I have not seen too much of it, but I've seen plenty of insults and abuses going through a chat scroll. There is no excuse why they cannot get some sort of filters to monitor that in real time. I've seen way too many things slip in text chat, in global chat, which can be blocked fairly easily. But voice, I don't know. I'm not sure how they can. I don't know. Any black guys in chat, do you get this a lot? Do you get a lot of abuse in Star Citizen on a normal day? We're not talking special events. But do you find a lot of racism on a normal day? Because I don't see it personally, but I mean, it must exist, right?
Honestly, though, this is such a basic feature that really raises the quality of the community in-game. I do not want to have to just turn chat off altogether, in an MMO, and effectively play a single-player game just to not see some of the most disgusting things people can think to type out cause they think it's funny.
Yeah, look, there's no avoiding it during these events. There's any single foul-mouthed 15-year-old edgelord can simply download and come right in. And there's no repercussions. There's zero repercussions because it's just a free fly week and that's it.
Individual voice/chat block is really a must-have. I don't care much for the vulgar, racist, political, toxic, etc. speech of others. They are free to say what they want a fake. Let scumbags talk, and they will eventually out themselves as scumbags to everyone on the server after all. I just want the freedom to not have to hear them without turning off voice/chat altogether every session. As it is, I turn it all off every session and rely on Discord if playing with friends.
Just block them and be done. Right, Phobo. So I think what the first post was saying that when you block someone, it doesn't block the in-game voice. You can still have proximity chat, right? And that doesn't block it. Even Fortnite has voice reporting now. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the new VR games also have these mechanisms where if you report someone, it actually saves the last 30 seconds or whatever of interaction. And so should a moderator come in, they can actually look and see what happened. That's a good feature. Should I melt my Tally, Vulcan, and Vanguard for the Polaris? Worminator, I would say, as a straight white male, I would say yes. Well, my thing, Worminator, on a serious note, in my fleet, I'm consolidating because I have too much of other stuff. So I've consolidated. Like, I don't need these three things. I can have this one thing that maybe not does it the best, but does everything okay. So, I mean, those are all three different ships. Retaliator, the Vulcan, and the Vanguard for Polaris. I think the Polaris will definitely be a fun ship. Just question whether you have enough friends to run around with, because we saw with fires spreading and all that, right? Might be more difficult. Leave Knight Rider alone. Knight Rider's awesome. Knight Rider used to be in test. I've met him. He's such a nice guy. He gets a lot of flack from his moderating, but understand that his job is to be a moderator. When he moderates, he's doing it because this is what his job is demanding. It's not because he decided that he's going to be an asshole today. And he's not. He's the sweetest guy ever. But when it comes to moderating large groups, and I hate seeing this on Spectrum, where they come down on him a lot. I mean, it's a meme at this point. But what a moderator does, or a team of moderators do, is they steer the ship. And I've spoken about this in the past, that communities are like big oil tankers, right? You can't turn the wheel and immediately it turns some direction. You have to guide the community very, very gradually to where you want it to go. So at times, if the community is going a certain direction, Knight Rider and the mod team will come in and just like slam it, go delete, 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 ban, delete, because they're spinning the wheel and they're trying to turn the community very, very gently in another direction. But it takes time. And so it's taken as being heavy-handed or unnecessary, but trust me on this. What he's doing is difficult, and he's doing a good job. And moderating Spectrum, which is the saltiest and most critical of all Star Citizen communities, more so than the refunds Reddit, it's a daunting task, a not easy one. And the decisions that the mods make and what may seem as being heavy-handed is, end of the day, a small nudge in just pushing the community to come back on track sometimes. Buy him a beer. Yeah, so when you see him at events, buy him a beer. Definitely. Moderation needs an iron fist, zero tolerance. Look, Firebrand is also sometimes... Look, Black Dream Hunk is pissed off at Star Citizen about everything. He's angry. He's going to go in. He's going to write an angry post. He's going to say things he doesn't mean. Should he get banned? No, right? Sometimes people have a bad day. So coming in heavy-handed, usually okay, but sometimes the wrong action also, because sometimes someone had a bad day, their dog died, they want to take it out on something, they end up taking out a Chris Roberts for no reason, and the mods give them a ban. Like, sometimes you gotta really, I'm not saying give everyone a wide berth like that, but it's a no-win situation for mods. It really is. Sometimes they're heavy-handed, sometimes they haven't done enough. Sometimes it's what I see a lot is people get salty and they go in and they post a thread complaining about insurance. Take this for example right now. This guy's posting about insurance. Let's say a second person comes up and posts about the insurance too. Then a third person comes up, posts the same topic. Knight Rider comes in, deletes that third thread. That person goes, oh my God, my free speech. I've been silenced. My free speech is under attack. But it's not that. It's just that this topic has already been posted. It doesn't have to be posted again. And a lot of people will take their threads and topics being deleted. Worminator, thanks for following. As an attack on their free speech. Which I love, because then I come out and explain what free speech is. Now, for those who don't know, Meadow, hello. Free speech does not apply to you posting on Spectrum. Free speech, if you are an American or Canadian, or actually European for that matter, means you can go into the middle of a town square and you can publicly insult the mayor or the politician or the president, and no one can come and arrest you for what you're saying. That's free speech. You cannot go onto Spectrum or you cannot go onto my Discord, blurt out things, then you go, oh, I don't want this yet, and delete it. I'll delete it. And you go, oh my God, my free speech. That is not free speech. All right? Spectrum is Knight Rider's house. If he doesn't like what you're saying, he can delete it. My Discord is my house. You cannot come to my house and say things like, Trump was the best president. Oh, I'm going to trigger Griffin now. Griffin's about to be triggered. When Griffin comes to my Discord and goes, Trump was the best president in all of history, I go, delete. I don't like that. And you cannot go and cry that I've taken away his free speech. I don't want that shit. This is my house. Oh my God, Worminator. Mods, he's saying things I don't like, delete it. But that's the thing. There's a big difference between free speech and also respecting the house you're in. And when you come into Spectrum, I mean, this is Knight Rider's house. I mean, it's not his house. He's just a moderator. But there's certain things he will do to keep it clean. And so I can't stand people go, oh my God, CIG is taking away my free speech because I posted about some crap. No. It's his house we paid for. I didn't pay for Spectrum. Phobos, I paid for a game engine. I paid for a game engine to be developed. That's what I paid for. Trump was a fantastic learning experience. He was. See, Harris, you're not wrong. Look, my parents are Florida Trumpsters. You know that big boat rally that Trump had? That's outside my parents' place. They thought it was awesome. My dad was outside FaceTiming me in real time, going, look, isn't this amazing? And I'm like, oh, God. What's happening in the world? And he's showing me, like he's FaceTiming all the boats coming by. I think a lot of us have that in our families. It was a fascinating 4 years. It was fascinating. For everyone. And there's a good chance he's reelected. Because we didn't get enough the first round. It's coming back. I guess if no one really... okay. Well, welcome to the political part of our chat. Guys, if you don't like politics, there's other streamers out there, go visit them. But we're all old and mature enough to discuss this, I think. There's a strong possibility that Trump does get a shot again. But here's the thing. The country did not actually fall apart completely. We survived it. I think a second term is going to be challenging if he does do it. There is risk for some damage. I'm not a huge fan of Nikki Haley, but she does seem to be getting a lot more press lately. We'll have a stream about that. Maybe Griff. Maybe we should have a full stream about that later point, because the stuff does affect us. It affects everyone and affects our ability to buy spaceships. So it's related. Yeah, the UK also. Holy shit. He was a star in CIG. He was what's his name? Aria. He was one of the QA guys. He's a Jewish guy. And he tweeted out how he went onto the tubes. He was wearing a Star of David, and someone on the tube called him a Jewish dog. I'm like, damn, man. Like, it's terrible. After all these years that this shit's coming back again. Yeah. Right, Phobos. Out of 330 million people in the United States, and that's the best they have? I mean, Biden, bless his heart, but let the guy retire already. Let someone else come in. Democrats, no, Biden's our guy. And everyone's like, yeah, like he's our guy. No, what the hell? Like both the Republicans and Democrats need such a wake-up call. Seriously. Yeah, August is here. Good morning. Yeah. August, we were just touching on moderating. And speaking of over-moderation, August is known as the strictest moderator in all of Test Discord. And we're explaining, when it comes to moderation also, like every mod has their own level of how much they can accept. You walked into politics and moderation. Yeah. But, okay, guys, everyone take a deep breath.
Guys, come watch me do yoga and pretend to spread peace, love, and veganism, even though I know you only care about seeing my dump truck. I'll make sure the camera is directly on my fat ass while I show off my flexibility and be at one with nature. I'll then do only sexualized positions like this downwards dog and then turn to the front for you to see that pussy fat. After, I will drink water from a plastic bottle, contradicting myself about saving the environment. I'll then sit cross-legged and pretend to do breath work. See you next time.
Namaste, Nicole. There, August, you're up to speed. So, as I was saying, Star Citizen is pretty cool. I definitely feel they're on the right track. The most outrageous leaks. Really?
Hello and
hey,
welcome.
Board. Are there new leaks that we don't know about? 27 minutes long. Damn, Board. You're on fire. Oh, I have to see this now. You guys want to do this? August, this is a family stream. I need someone to moderate. August, please. Anybody watch this from Board Gamer? What are the outrageous leaks? Squadron 42 is how long?
More Star Citizen with a special video today. I'm joined by the lovely Zin, or with the lovely Zin. Say hello, Zinja.
And he's joined by Zin. Zin, who I always thought was his girlfriend or wife, but apparently is neither, and is just an employee of his, which I had no idea.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about some outrageous claims and leaks about Squadron 42 and Star Citizen that I've seen either over the Star Citizen leaks, the Star Citizen pipeline channel, on Reddit, and just sort of that kind of level of not hugely sourced these ones, if at all. And we'll come to exactly where their sources come from, if they are listed at all. But I wanted to talk them through with Zinnia because she is our canary in the coal mine.
Squawk.
that's the canary sound that she makes. Squawk, squawk. So, Zin.
Yeah, mate.
This first one for you is from Pipeline, previously Star Citizen Leaks,
Mm.
and it's about Squadron 42. How long of a playthrough do you think Squadron 42 is going to be?
Ooh.
How many hours do you think? I'm curious.
I don't know. Like, so, what? Most games probably clocking about 10 hours, maybe 20 hours, depending on
I'd say
the quality of the game.
AAA games range from 10 to maybe 30 hours.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, I'm not sure. I've probably got quite a few hours in Cyberpunk. Same as Baldur's Gate 3. I've got loads of hours in those.
Yeah, but there's also the difference between just going through the main storyline and other side quests.
How long is
to
it?
keep you occupied.
Yes, well, in this leak, they have, I believe, kind of defined both.
Okay.
So how long do you think a playthrough of Squadron 42, your first playthrough, is going to be?
15 hours, 20 hours, I think I'd be happy with.
That would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? What if I told you it's between 40 and 100 hours?
Is this true? Where'd this come out from? It'll be 500 hours. Hey, how long have we been waiting? I'm counting the amount of time from the second I first backed the game. That's how long, right? Starbeams, take care. Starbeams just came for Nicole. I don't know where you got this info. Pipeline? It takes 40 hours to get to your ship. You joke, but from the time that you will start Squadron 42 to the point that you actually get to your ship is probably going to be 5 to 10 hours. I don't see them sticking you into a ship anytime early in that game, right? Because you have to go through the whole, this is the lore, this is what's happening, understanding how to use the controls. Yeah. So not 40 hours, but it's definitely going to take a bit of time. Yeah. I have the script for chapters 4 through 11. It's way more than 40 hours. What do you mean you have the script? Was that part of the gigantic leak? Yeah, I've avoided everything related to that. I don't want to know anything about the game. I want to go in the game blind. But the amount of time also depends on how quickly you want to run through it. No spoilers, Slicer. You have to sit through a 4-hour briefing. Yeah. No, I know there was a big leak, but this was years ago. So how much of it is still current or is in right now? We don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure they changed everything to prevent the leak stuff being what the actual stuff is going to be.
What?
Well, I mean, this is a leak, so this is not confirmed. People go, oh my god, Squadron 42 is going to be 100 hours long. This is a leak, but this is Pipeline. They're erratic with accuracy, but they're pretty good. Like, they're not awful. Like, they're relatively respected in their leaks. Their entire being is to get leaks. But
did you just say that Pipeline is respected for its what? That kind of respected? Come again.
It is a leak, but this is Pipeline. They're erratic with that.
Pipeline is hated. Pipeline is despised by CIG. Pipeline, run by Hater, who stole CIG's IP from Disco Lander's leak, stole 90 gigs of data, and then sold access to it through a Patreon. The only reason Hater has not been sued for $1 million was that he was underage when he did it. CIG does not like Pipeline, all right? Does not like them at all. Does not respect that, no.
Accuracy, but they're pretty good. Like, they're not awful. Like, they're relatively respected in their leaks. Their entire being is to get leaks.
But to be fair, he was a kid. People can change. Was it a stupid thing to do? Absolutely yes. Has he changed? I'd like to think maybe he has a bit. But the only reason he wasn't sued for $1 million was he was underage.
You take it with several grains of salt, what I've said here. But 40 to 100 hours. So let's assume that 40 hours is if you were just plowing through and trying to complete it, and 100 hours is if you do all the side quests. Do you think that's viable?
I think it is viable as long as it is entertaining and keeps you engrossed. You know, it's not just 40 hours of filler.
I am more than happy for it to be 100 hours. I will walk through that javelin and explore every single corner of that ship. Hang out with the janitor. Yeah, I will stretch that for as long as possible.
Well, so people have said that this is going to basically be a cinematic experience, almost sort of an interactive film in a lot of places, and it's going to be incredibly linear. There's not like sandbox elements really, and beyond you walking around the ship and some side quests and stuff like that you might be able to do. Just 100 hours is longer than I spent on Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah,
I'll be right. You know, I was playing through Phantom Liberty, and you get into it. I don't know if you guys get into the games like you're really just immersed in it. I'm excited to wake up the next day and jump back in and complete the mission I was doing. And you get to the point where the mission's kind of you playing through and you know you get into the end. And I've kind of slowed down and I want to take my time because I know it's ending and it's sad because once it's done, it's done. Now, the beautiful thing about Star Citizen is that once you've done Squadron 42, there's the entire PU waiting for you. So I was one of the people when Chris Roberts go, oh, you got the single-player game and the PU. I'm like, I don't really care about your single-player game. Give me the PU stuff out. But I appreciate that so much now. I appreciate it so much that once you're done Squadron 42, not only is there another chapter, which they'll be working on in the future years, but there is essentially the entire PU that opens up to you from there onwards. It is the perfect game. Star Citizen is the perfect game for me and for you if you're in the stream. And Nicole also. She doesn't know it yet, but she loves this game too. I'm going to reach out to her. She's going to join test.
Apparently, you're going to be able to play this through multiple times and different stuff happen, different things, and follow and pursue different stuff.
Okay.
I'm not sure if
What's
that
up,
100
Tom?
hours is if you did everything, and potentially you could do everything, or if it's, well, actually, you technically can't do everything because certain things happen on different parts of the ship that you couldn't possibly experience because you're not there. And there's also things like if you fail a mission, you go down one route, and if you complete a mission or do the extra sub-quests, you go down a different route, because that's basically what they did with Wing Commander. And obviously, this is the spiritual successor of Wing Commander. Maybe I'll make you play Wing Commander one day soon. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay.
You'll enjoy that. They've aged well. They certainly aged, I'll tell you that. So another thing with the leak is potentially Squadron 42 might have the Odin system available in some form of free-fly mode, not tied to the mission or story.
Oh.
Squadron 42 has the Odin mission for free fly? Okay. I mean, the Odin system.
Okay.
I'm unsure of this, because I think this is basically just because the devs can do that in their build. If it's a leak, it's just because the devs can do that now. They can free fly around. We do know that the Odin system will be in Star Citizen's persistent universe eventually.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. Like, obviously, the Odin system exists in Squadron 42.
Yep.
Like, obviously it has
Yep.
to. So yeah, like in a dev build, why not be able to fly around in it?
Yeah, exactly. And are we potentially we're going to get Odin added to the game when Squadron 42 is launched, or soon after, something like?
Interesting. I mean, we know that the Montreal office has worked on several systems already. There's way more systems than just Pyro out there. I wouldn't be surprised if they have 10, 15 systems ready to go, right? Can we watch yoga again for science? August, no, we did it. You have to ask Athy. It's Athy's call. But we'll do some Joey Swole. Can't do the music. Here you go, August. This is what you want? You like that, August? Yeah. You do like that, right? There you go.
I think that's likely. I don't think that it will have Squadron 42, and because you own Squadron 42, you'll be able to free fly around the Odin system. But maybe you will. Who knows? I'm not the leak master. I thought that was sort of interesting. I do think obviously we're building towards the Odin system because you've got obviously Stanton, then Pyro, they're working on Nyx as well, and then directly from Nyx is the Odin system, I believe. So it just looks like they're making a chain of systems towards Odin anyway.
But isn't Odin a like off-limits sort of system?
So,
like,
that's a good question.
or is it one of the like border ones that everything that comes off of Odin is basically not allowed into? Vandal.
I do not believe it's currently claimed by anyone because of so basically the OMC, a big pirate organisation, big outlaw organisation.
Don't mess with OMC.
And around the coil, which is the.
Oh, by the way, the new.
And if you've seen.
This was new. When we were watching it yesterday, the particle effects in Quantum, I said looks like the engine particles from the Hammerhead, right? That is new.
The Squadron 42 vertical slice, that's the coil that they're flying through. And
OMC, how bizarre. Firebrand showing his age. You know, I had no idea who sang that song until I had no idea there was a video to that song, right? And for some reason, the YouTube algorithm gave me that OMC song with the video randomly. I'm like, what the hell? How'd the algo even know? Yeah, how bizarre.
Moon Gainey, which is what would be 1A, which is basically now a rogue moon because it doesn't have a planet to float around. So it's dangerous. It's super dangerous. It used to be owned basically by UE. It used to have lots of UE resources deployed in there, and now it's sort of just patrolled. So yeah, dangerous, potentially off limits. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be like now. Obviously, Squadron 42 is set several years before now, in 2015. So 2042? No, 2042. It's around 2015 in real time with the Star Citizen 930 years added. How many years is it added? Is it 930?
Well, it's 2953 at the moment.
Yes, it's 930. It's 930 years. They add onto it. But yeah, so obviously Vandal are active. There's the OMC, which are very dangerous. And Odin, not a particularly great system to.
I can't wait.
But I mean, they're still.
We've seen so much of that OMC. Not so much. We've been teased with that OMC stuff for a long time. I just want to see it already. I can't wait to get in there. What you linking there, Firebrand?
They're going to be turning up there to exploit the wealth there, even though it's dangerous because there's basically an exploded planet, and that reveals a load of resources, right?
Yeah. Also, not You'd think not many other people would be bothering to gather resources.
I'm not sure I could click on your link. YouTube likes to nab. Yeah, the video. Yeah, I don't know why this video showed up for me also. I had no idea that there was a video to it. But I'm going to watch it again later. You're right.
There, so it should be plentiful.
Well, at some points, then you can do a Odin lore episode, and then we'll know for sure if you hadn't already.
I thought I had done.
You might have actually. No, well, you're the authority on this then. I'm just doing it from I reckons and stuff because the lore on this sort of stuff will be tweaked slightly. So just be aware of that. They've done that with Pyro. They're going to be doing it with other things as well. For sure, Star Citizen Alpha for a reason, and they will evolve and retcon lore where necessary. Although it's more going to be evolving the lore and going, we were wrong about this or whatever. So
yeah,
just bear that in mind.
I have done Odin System before.
Oh well, people should go and watch that. Then they'll know. We'll link that in the description below. Another leak's in.
Yes.
CitizenCon 2024. What do you think that's going to be?
I guess I'd say the UK.
What if I?
Okay, so before we see this leak, I would say Manchester too. New offices, right?
I said it was going to be in space. No, yes, Manchester. Manchester, UK. So leaks on this are also people saying that they're going to release Squadron 42 at CitizenCon 2024, or they're also going to, or they're going to just have the release date announced at CitizenCon 2024.
I don't know why the source is leaks on this. I think there's a year of polishing now for Squadron 42. I think they'll have a clear date of when they plan to announce a release ready at next CitizenCon. So there'll be CitizenCon. They'll go, here's a vertical slice maybe, and we are aiming to release this at this date. And they will tell us that date at next CitizenCon. We've been saying that for a while. We don't need to go to leaks to guess that also. But just because someone says in leaks doesn't make it is a leak. In fact, if you go to leaks now and you say something, doesn't mean it's official from leaks.
24. I agree with the CitizenCon 2024 in Manchester. I think that is the most likely thing to happen as well.
I mean, that's the trend, isn't it?
Well, it depends on how you see the trend. So it's supposed to rotate around the offices, and obviously COVID disrupted that. And then, so 2019, we had it in Manchester. Then we didn't have it until 2023 in another physical location. Frankfurt, Austin.
I wouldn't have been surprised if they had said Frankfurt or something like that, you know?
Okay, yeah. I just think that obviously with the massive studio now in the UK and them probably being in a great state with lots and lots of devs there and everything, it just makes sense sort of price-wise as well to not have to ship all their devs around. I think almost certainly CitizenCon 2024 in Manchester.
It's done. I think pretty much with all the 1,000 staff. Do they have 1,000 staff at Manchester? I don't think they have 1,000 there, but definitely with all the people they're staffing there, having the event at Manchester, the grand reveal of the new offices, having everyone there, it's just so much easier. Athy, which box wine are we doing today? Ninja Girl got another box of Bodacious, by the way. It's I think we're halfway through it. That's great.
Suppose we'll have to wait and see, right?
I mean, with all of these, we're going to have to wait and see, right?
No, well, maybe some of them have been confirmed. No, you're right. We're going to have to wait and see. Some new ships is in. Some new ships that are in the works. On Pipeline, they've drawn a picture of the Murai Heavy Fighter.
Yeah.
And this basically looks like the Fat Fury.
Yes.
So do you think that's a viable leak, right? That's maybe that's something that's going to come to fruition. Some people think during the IAE they're going to sort of release it as a concept, or if not, it'll be within the next sort of few months.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's not a leak. That's something we've theorized also. We've seen a silhouette of it. Murai is it tomorrow? So if they are going to do something, it should happen in the next 2 days.
Yeah, that seems plausible.
Yeah, cool. Alien hybrid heavy fighter from sort of Xi'an human tech. Another ship leaks in. What if I told you there was a Supermax Caterpillar?
Supermax?
A giant Drake freighter, a mega freighter, if you will. Would you like a Drake mega freighter, sort of like size of the Hull D or Hull E?
No, not personally.
No, but would you want one in game? I suppose we've got the Hull D and E coming. Do we need a Supermax Drake freighter? And I think people would say yes, we do.
I mean, in our world, no, we don't really need another one. But in Star Citizen world, why wouldn't you have a competitor?
Yes, 100%. And it will do stuff differently. It probably won't have cargo on its outside or whatever. But I think a Drake mega freighter is quite possible. In fact, that sort of makes sense. But from that leak, it was I've checked the CID on that leak, and they've basically said, yeah, we talk about sort of stuff like that all the time, but it's just conversations until it becomes reality, right? Another ship leaks in.
Yeah.
The F7 Hornet Mark II.
Why?
well. So we sort of know that Clan Imperium wanted to have new versions of some ships that evolve in the game. So you will have the older ships, like potentially the Zeus and the Zeus Mark II. Yeah, where they go, we've updated this model like they do with cars, and they go, bam, there's a new one, but we're still keeping the old one in game as well because they're also viable. They're a bit different. They're effectively a different hull.
Okay.
So F7 Hornet Mark II. I'm not sure if that's going to be for the whole line of them, or if it's just going to be for like the F7A or just the F7C, whatever. And then maybe they make it modular or whatever. But there's also an additional leak with this one that they're going to be available at Luminalia Christmas time in a similar fashion to golden ticket distribution that they have with the F8.
Okay.
Now that's very leaky. That's very sort of like what. That's a lot of assumptions there, I'd say, put together by the people that were looking at these leaks. Do you think that's a possibility? Do you think that's something that CIG could and would do this year?
It seemed very left field. Like, it's just, like, I feel like somebody just gone, what's the most ridiculous thing I could come up with that people would believe?
No. We're coming to that.
Adam, new follower, welcome.
I mean, you never know with CIG. They might do, but it just seems a bit odd.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of distributing new ships and interesting things via golden tickets. I really liked that with the F8. And I liked the platinum ticket stuff. I thought that was fun, but terrifying, because if I had a platinum ticket in my hand...
The platinum ticket was great. As the most popular streamer in all of Star Citizen, the streaming privilege I got was that they gave me a platinum ticket. I'm joking. If you guys missed the... if you missed the drama behind the platinum ticket story, was that when the big streamers were streaming, they typically found a server with a dev that had the platinum ticket. And the criticism became that the devs were only going to servers with big streamers, and streamers are basically farming these platinum tickets for themselves and their friends, which happened, but it's typically because the streamers would be able to find servers that one of their viewers was saying, hey, I'm on a server, there's a dev here with a ticket. The streamer would go to that server. And having 10, 20, 30 people working with you was an easy way to get those tickets. But, I mean, you can't blame them. If there's a way to do it, they will. If you have the manpower, you can do it. A lot of people saying it was unfair, it didn't give the small guy a shot. I can understand that. But overall, I think it was a fun event. It brought a lot of attention to the whole F8 story. And I'm happy to see people that did get a platinum ticket be able to nail it. But giving other people the opportunity to buy it also was a nice thing, because you weren't supposed to get it. It is random, right? A dev joined a server. Well, look, here's the thing. If a dev specifically joined a server because there's a streamer who's on their friends list, right? So if there's a dev who's friends with Salty Mike and he goes, oh, I'm joining Salty Mike's server, then I would say, yeah, streamer privilege. Because look, CIG is going to get this streamed in front of 100,000, in front of 1,000 people to see it, which is great publicity. Now, if a platinum ticket is given away on a quiet server with 2 people and no one saw it happen, did it really happen? I don't know if it happened. I wasn't there. But when you see a streamer streaming it, it's happening. So, right, where is it?
And I'd probably pass out, right? But just too much adrenaline. But yeah, I think it's possible we'll see a F7 Mark II. It sort of makes sense, but I'm not sure how they're going to distribute them. I think that's, as Sin said, a bit out of left field. Potentially from a different field, from a different game. They're playing tennis, and they've knocked it into the golf area. But it's a hole-in-one. I don't know much about golf or tennis. Right, let's move on to a different set of leaks. It's all one leak from a single source on Reddit. So
Did they fix docking? Athy, this is a family friend. Oh my God. I need a mod. Oh, wait, you can't see what I'm looking at. That ruined it. I need a mod. Athy's asking if they fixed docking. Listen, Athy, I love you, but I have my limits as to what is acceptable in the stream, and you're kind of crossing the line here, right? What you want to do in your free time, up to you, but I don't think this is appropriate for this channel right now. Mods! Where are my mods? Wait, hang on. There's a video with us also. Let's just click that.
Didn't see any vetting for the sources here or anything. It's potentially just the original poster's imagination or what they thought. But I then looked at their name, and the name's actually pretty reliable. It's Spy Network 69420.
Look, Chris Roberts is all about fidelity. And if Chris Roberts wants docking in the game, then they'll be docking in the game. All right? Stop crying about it. Just grow up, guys.
So that actually sounds pretty legit to me.
You can't not believe them, right?
I know. I mean, nice. It's pretty good. They've talked about a few things that CIG may be putting in the game. Some of the details here are apparently a bit abstract because there are reasons that they need to be abstract, because otherwise you maybe know who it was or that gave the leak, or maybe it's because they're pulling it out of their ass. But we're going to talk about it anyway because such is the nature of this video. Reputation version 2, Zin, is going to be, it's going to introduce Renown, a separate system from existing reputations, which are tied to factions. Renown are tied to your character. Everything you do in game affects your renown. Doing bounty hunts will increase your renown as a bounty hunter. Some factions require certain renown before you can even take an entry mission to climb on their faction reputation. So no more open doors right from the beginning. It's literally, well, you can't even get a mission from this faction until your general rating is high enough. What do you think about that?
I mean, it seems plausible.
Yeah? Seems plausible, seems reasonable?
Yeah, but it seems weird that they'd have a separate system for it. For me, I just see it as you have to have done X amount of these sorts of missions or from this sort of person.
To be honest, I think from what I heard about the reputation system, I thought that was how it's going to work anyway. There'll be a general level of a sort of reputation with bounty
That's nothing new with the whole reputation system. We know how that works, right? I mean, it's in the game right now even.
It's because you're doing bounty hunting missions. And yeah, some of those factions might not want to work with you until you've done a good amount of bounty hunter missions.
Like, we only take the best, and we've heard from such and such that you're really reliable.
Oh my god, you've got such a rant.
I am the mod.
Yes, exactly that.
This is the mod abuse that everyone's talking about, Athy. You see? I give you a little bit of power, and this is what you do with it.
That I was not taking the piss out of Zin then before people go, Zin's lore is amazing. Yes, Zin has an amazing range, and that is why we should get her to do audiobooks. But not leave Pure Gamer because she'd get more money elsewhere. No, she should stay. Another leak, another part of this leak. Terrorism. It's a special type of crime reserved for activities that CIG want to discourage from players committing. So before any out-of-game action is taken, the condition are very specific, including continuously killing players in cities, stations, or spawn area in general. Terrorism will increase your renown as a terrorist and have faction-wide implications. So to the point where Xenothreat and other factions like that will refuse to work with you because you're a backstabbing psychopath. What do you think of that?
I mean, again, isn't that something that kind of already exists?
Well, prison exists, but very easy to escape. I suppose your reputation would drop with everyone in general, right? Because it actually makes sense that there are some crimes and some things that you can do which are just bad for everyone. Everyone hates you for doing it, no matter what. So yeah, there's going to be there's definitely going to be loads of ways that you can affect your reputation by doing pretty much anything in game. From doing a bounty that will affect your reputation with loads of different people, even if you're not intending it to.
Cara de Cubo, if someone pulled a gun on you in the armistice zone, it might be a Nerf pistol, not a real weapon. Are you new to the game, or are you here for the free fly? Odds are it's a Nerf gun. It's harmless. It's kind of just a novelty item. Yeah, it's a novelty item. It can't hurt you. I mean, might hurt your feelings, but don't worry about it otherwise.
Taking out a particular ship, doing a delivery mission for one group will drop your sort of rep with another. There's going to be tons of that going on, and I think, yeah.
Cara de Cubo, an original backer coming in. I backed in 2014, but haven't been able to play until recently. Well, welcome back. What game package did you buy in 2014? And how much money have you spent now? Or are you just coming back? Because you got almost a decade of money backed up to spend now. How many thousands are you willing to spend now?
I think there probably will be sets of crimes that will be just bad across the board. Yeah, that seems fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a good way to try and dissuade people from being absolute nuisances. That's not the word I wanted to use, but it's the word I'm going to use.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. So you don't want people to troll. You don't want them to... you want as few out-of-game actions as possible, right? Keep it all in the game if you can. We don't want to have to deal with... We want to incentivize players to play.
I love this little Mos Eisley type landing pad that they have here. I'm hoping that when it comes to base building, we can build ourselves a landing pad similar to this. This will be awesome. It's like a living area with your apartment overlooking your landing pad of your ship. That's going to be cool. I don't know if that's going to happen, though.
Or to not do certain actions with in-game systems. So I think, yeah, that's good if there's ways of doing that. It sounds like that might be a way of doing it. We're not saying this is the way that CIG are going to do it, but it sounds like a plausible way that they would do it. And even if this is entirely from the mind of the OP, the original poster, then it is still quite possible or plausible. What if I told you there was another way of dealing with those people? With high security jail. So those that have committed those particular acts in high sec areas are guaranteed to lose and will be transferred to a deep space jail with overwhelming firepower, breaking out of which will be possible but not feasible because you'll require lots of help and all that sort of stuff, with extremely harsh serving times, up to a week. Up to a week stuck in prison. Unlike Klesher, this is designed to discourage players from doing certain things for real and take you out of the game to minimise your impact on other players and their experience. What do you think of that?
So it's I mean, I like the idea as long as it's giving people enough content to do while in there. Then I think it's a good idea, because it's like you can't really complain that you're not able to play the game because you're still able to play the game, and at the end of the day you were a nuisance. That's why you ended up there.
Yeah. I think it's an interesting one. A week sounds like a long time, right? Up to a week. And especially if people have multiple accounts and that sort of stuff. My worry is, what if you genuinely do something by accident, or a bug, or some sort of exploit has put you in there for a week?
A judicial system.
Well, I suppose that's an out-of-game action.
So they're talking about the prison system. Was it a week in prison? I've got so many mixed thoughts on that issue. A week in game or real time? I think it's real time, right? I understand what they're trying to do with the prison system here. Well, what are your thoughts? Chat, how do you feel about the current prison system in the game? Ignoring the accidental, like bumping a ship by accident and end up in prison, but like purposely griefing, purposely doing something bad, and upon death, having to serve prison time. What are your overall thoughts on that? Prison's the reason to not play? 1 week in prison sounds excessive. I'm mixed in it, I see it as a deterrent, but let's be honest, the people who grief and people who don't mind having crime stats, they don't care much about the prison sentence at all, the threat of the prison sentence. It's not a deterrent, really. They need something. If you're doing something really bad in the game, I don't believe sitting in prison in the game is a solution. I think like timeouts, like a week ban from the game, rather than prison time in game. 3 months in prison. Community service. 1 month of being limited to an Aurora. Be banned from major systems. Not bad. I can see that. I don't know. I'm mixed. Like sometimes doing something bad, getting the crime stat and dying, like, oh man, I'm dead, I'm in prison now. Like it's such a letdown, disappointment. But here's the thing. I hate games that don't respect your time. Now, if my intended game plan for the evening, all right, there's pros and cons to this. If my intended plan for the evening is to go do something, and I bumped your ship, I've got a crime stat, I blew up, I'm in prison now, the game has essentially said, well, screw your plan for the evening. Instead, you're going to be doing the prison game loop now. I don't like that. I don't like being forced to do something which wasn't my initial plan. At the same time, there's got to be some punishment. So if you did bump someone's ship by accident, I was shooting something, you went in front of my lasers, you got shot, I have crime stat, I blew up. The game is saying, your plan for this evening is out. What you're doing now is collecting rocks and doing oxygen runs in prison. Congrats. I'm not a fan of that. I don't like that. Which is why people have separate accounts, right? Want a space lawyer. Well, there's a game loop. Space court, right? Yeah. Community service loop as a janitor. Picking up Lennon Hurston. Yeah, that works. Fines. Yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation. At the same time, if someone's parking outside Armistice and just shooting everyone coming out of it, and they get a crime stat, yeah, there should be something which discourages them from doing that. There's a lot of things to figure out still, in my opinion. Space lawyer packages. You know, Aaron, it's such a stupid idea that it's actually probably something that will work. That you have to go in front of a group of people and explain what you did, and everyone decides on a fate for you. Yeah.
Talk to a GM, you go, look.
Yeah.
And they can check the logs and go,
I was
okay,
going to say, from what I can tell, like, they have a lot of information about what goes on on servers and stuff.
Yep.
So I could imagine that if it was a bug, you could give all the dates and times and stuff to a mod, a GM or admin or whatever.
They changed his nosebleed to sweat in the most recent video.
Happened. All right, you've got a pardon.
Your presidential pardon? And pray to pardon. So yeah, I think that's quite possible. I like that sort of thing as well. I like the idea. We're getting better and better tech as well with AI and stuff that can automate a ton of this. So by the time that Squadron 42, by the time that Star Citizen is released, I do expect that AI tech will be pretty good, right? For going through logs and that sort of stuff to minimize these sort of things happening in the first place and to help GMs trawling through huge amounts of data to get the relevant data easily and quickly. So yeah, I think that's quite possible. I like the idea of having these things as much as possible sourced out in-game, but if they're in-game systems and they're allowed in-game, then people will think that it's okay to do them as well. So it's another interesting one. Going, well, actually, I'm legitimizing.
Send them all to Pyro. Well, that's been tried. We've spoken about that at length also. How to handle griefers. If someone, look, every single person in here at some point in time has griefed other people. We've all done it. It's fun. It's fun seeing things blow up, right? We've done it. What's the punishment though? To send all griefers to the same system together? All griefers get moved to private griefer server. Will that be? Firebrand is on fire because you're right. Like if you... Actually, that is a good punishment. It doesn't stop you from playing the game. You can play the game. You're just on a server with a whole bunch of the griefers the whole time. I don't hate that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So as you spawn in, someone stabs you in the bed right away. You spawn in again, they stab you again. You spawn in again, they keep on stabbing you. You go, oh! And you get pissed. I like it. I like it.
This type of gameplay, although there's a very harsh penalty for it. And then people could have multiple accounts. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Armistice removal. Armistice removal is necessary for the future iterations of bounty hunting gameplay and will be carefully handled to avoid conflicts and features with features mentioned above. This is the big step that CIG is putting on hold until better server performance is achieved. So AI can servers.
All right, armistice removal. I don't understand the problem with armistice right now. Let me see what they're saying here.
So AI can serve as overwhelming forces that guaranteed those who decide to.
Did you even read
losers.
this?
Well, this I'm reading.
So remove armistice and instead have AI to come police stuff. So I guess fidelity, right? So if you are crashing into another ship purposely, space police come and tow you. What do they expect? Sketch therapy. How you doing? Welcome.
Reading out to you now. I'm not sure what this sentence says.
It sounds like they want to have server stability so that they can essentially have... So, like, think about if you did something in HiSec in EVE. The AI would just come along and wreck you.
Yes.
I don't know. They're thinking the same thing as EVE Online, right? Because in EVE, in the HiSec systems, if you do something bad, these... What they called, who the police in EVE Online, they show up and they just insta-pop you. They've got the most powerful, undestroyable ships with the most powerful weapons. And it's basically, you just die immediately. Concord, thank you. Concord shows up, and you just die. Right? Space Cutlet rating me with 111 viewers. Oh, thank you, Space Cutlet. Much appreciated. Hope you and the family are all right. If you're just joining from Space Cutlet, we're just going over Board Gamers' outrageous Star Citizen leaks. I hope you guys don't mind, but we're doing it at fairly fast 1.5 speed. Because we're just very good at absorbing information very quickly. Perihelion, how you doing? First time chatter. Blues Manx, hello. Good to have you join us. Rodius, hello. Okay, the next 5 minutes are going to be spent greeting everyone from Space Cutlet stream, so bear with me, guys. Space Cutlet, hello, welcome. Have you met Nicole? This is Nicole, by the way. I think it's too early to let them in on that. They're not ready. They're not ready for it. It's Badlol. Hello. D3VS. Hello. Hi, I'm Nicole. They're not prepared for it, guys. Chat, we have to give them some space. No, they just arrived. They're not prepared for what's going to be coming. I mean, we could do some Joey Swole, but we'll let them just settle in first, right? All right, so on to, just to continue with our discussion before we're so rudely interrupted by the raid. Your people are prepared? Awesome, Space. Oh, actually, Space Cutlet, we were just talking about griefing. See, when you say griefing 3 times, Space Cutlet shows up. I don't know if you guys saw the footage, but Space Cutlet was standing outside the elevator in Pyro, shooting people as they came out. I think this is disgusting behavior. Space Cutlet is exactly the kind of person we're talking about. We said basically all griefers should be spent to a special griefer server where the griefers can grief each other as punishment. Right? Mm-hmm. Everyone agrees with that. Yeah. The griefers should trigger each other. That's where it's going. All griefers just trigger each other, be done with it. Educational griefing? Right. Let's move on. So anyway, we're just covering Board Gamer was just saying how armistice zones are things they want to take away. And they want server stability so NPCs can handle stuff instead of armistice. And we're saying how in EVE Online you have Concord, which handles stuff like that. So when you're in EVE and high-sec systems... Aaron Hawk, you subscribed. Thank you, Aaron. Much appreciated. Your money is going towards Ninja Girl's improved birthday present, I guess, right? So at what point in time will we get to a point where the servers can toss in AI to handle that? Mel Carey, welcome. Yeah, we're very pro-griefer servers here. We feel like all griefers should have their own server. That's where we're going on this. That's where it's going to go. Gold member has followed me. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 things I hate the most. Those who are disrespectful to other people's cultures, and the Dutch. I like gold. Oh, well, but there's new people here that probably think I'm serious. No, I don't mind the Dutch. Ik kan een beetje Deutsche praat, which I know comes out in Afrikaans. But, yeah. Ruben Soros, you vouch for me, right? Thank you for the 1-bit slicer. Anyway, let's see what leaks has to say about this.
So they want to be able to achieve that on their servers. And obviously, if the servers can't maintain a status quo, then you can do something and then go, the servers can't actually stop me.
They're going to need new weapons. Actually, you need an Idris. To do what CIG is thinking here, for those just arriving, who are basically saying if they want to drop armistice zones, how the hell do they enforce armistice? Like you bump a guy's ship, or you have a griefer, like Cutlet, shows up just shooting people as they come out the hangar. How do you deal with it? You have to have an Idris insta-pop in and basically shoot that cannon at you right away. It's the only thing they can do, right? We hit with size 12 scan auto beam. Right, Blues Manx. The station needs to have turrets which will insta-pop you, like Concord does. I think EVE Online is a perfect example. EVE Online has been at this for long enough. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. The only way armistice can go away is that if you are insta-popped the second you commit the crime. I don't know if that works in Star Citizen, because then you die and then you have to go to prison and do the prison game loop, and Space Cutlet's in prison because he's been griefing everyone. It never ends. I don't know if it works in this game. It works in EVE, right? I don't know. We'll see.
They're rubbish.
So AI can serve as overwhelming forces that guarantee anyone that sort of goes against them will lose eventually, regardless of party size. So yes, so if you do unwanted activities in armistice zones, you will be able to draw your pistol, you will be able to fire, you will be able to defend yourself, things like that. But if you are the aggressor without reason and you take someone out, well, you're going to be hunted down and you're going to be taken down.
I don't know. I like the armistice zone idea. There's got to be places where you feel safe. And if they take away armistice, they'll hit the same issue that EVE Online has, is that no one is safe anywhere. It doesn't matter how high-sec a system is, you can still get popped. Because there's a certain amount of reaction time the server has. And so if enough people all in EVE, what happens is, even in the most high-sec of areas, you come out of the station, you're vulnerable. Now, if someone shoots you, Concord comes up and kills you. And you may be fine. But if 20 or 30 people all shoot you at the same time, your ship explodes, even though you're in a safe area. But all the other people will also explode. But all the goodies you are carrying, your cargo, now floating in space, can then get scooped up by other people who are there as part of the griefing process. I hope CIG doesn't go through the whole process again of trying to figure it out. EVE has figured it out, and we know the pros and cons. Like, they don't have to reinvent the wheel on this. Null space EVE everywhere. Not supposed to be for all players or for orgs. Right. Yeah. Criminals won't be safe on stations from bounty hunters. Yes. Good. Security would confiscate goodies. Well, what happens in EVE is the people who attack you get blown up, but their friends who have not attacked you and have no crime stat then go and scoop up your stuff. So what happens in EVE is they wait for a juicy big juicy cargo ship to come out, and they basically blow you up. They get blown up, but then all their friends essentially scoop up your cargo. Even pirate spots and stations, no, yeah. I don't know. I'm not so hot on the idea of removing Armistice altogether. I think Armistice has to stay.
Those will basically be
Athy. Language. Oh my God. I mean, you can tell Athy's been in the Navy, but please, Athy.
crimes that CIG want to try and prevent players doing. But if you're a bounty hunter and you've got a mark and you've identified, you'll probably be able to attack them freely. But if someone attacks you as well, you'll probably be able to defend yourself freely. Things like that. So I like that idea. I like that sort of thing. Give people the freedom to do stuff. However, don't give me the freedom to do something where I might accidentally sneeze, left click, and fire. And now I'm in prison for a week.
Well, I'm sure there'll be like warnings and levels of...
Yeah. Maybe deal with the dust in my room if it keeps on happening. That sort of stuff. And sort of at the end of this set of leaks, the OP said there's no time frames on these features. They're just sort of directions that CIG are aiming for. And then they talk about other things like potentially having to check your weapons in at personal storage areas and spaceports before you go through the scanners, which I think again is potentially something they will do. Sort of, you've got to put these away.
It would, it help with immersion and like the whole feel of the areas.
Yeah, and they can say, oh, you can grab these when you come back through, or we've sent them to your hangar. Just nice and easy, bam, done. So Zin, that was basically all I had for leaks for you this time.
Okay.
Thank you, Zin. Have we ever seen Zin? She sounds lovely. I should bring her out.
Hello and
we
welcome.
Just did that. We have to watch his. Is there anything new from Star Citizen in videos since we did this morning? No. We did that. Star Engine we watched yesterday. Nothing new? No, there isn't. Yeah. We need these big ships with huge shields to be able to ignore light fighter swarm pilots. Yeah. No sneezing into a Tumbrel AA. What? I don't know. The whole... I think Armistice should remain. I don't see them removing it. I can understand why they want to try. I might have missed it, but what do you think of the RSI mining ship? I like it. I don't mine. Athy, you're a miner. Mine with an ER.
The RSI is the tow truck element. We've built on the idea of RSI layering.
It's a step up from the mole, right? I think everyone who has a mole might be looking at this going, maybe it's time to CCU. It's a ship that fits between the Orion and the mole, basically. I didn't think there needed to be anything to fill this gap. But as it turns out, mining is a very widely done loop with a lot of people who have interest in it. So they got to offer as many possible different options for miners with an ER. I like it. I like the way it looked. If this was a combat ship, I'd be all over it. But it's not. Are there more pictures than what we have? Did Reddit have something? If that was a combat ship, I'd be, yeah, I'm getting that. But for mining, I don't know. Is there any new images? Official? No. Preview pics? No, it's just screenshots from the video. Yeah, I love the way it looks. I know, you guys who do the mining loops, what are your thoughts? I'd be interested in seeing what they do with the refinery. Oh, it's got onboard refinery too, yeah. Push buttons, move boxes of the Vulture, right. Mm-hmm. Some of us can't buy it. Deck picks, arcade. That's for later. No, it's definitely looking good. Ditto Head, new follower, welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're just taking Ditto Head as the newest follower to the stream. It is your duty to come in and give us your opinion about the RSI Arastra. Depending on what you say, your future here depends on how Athy feels about your comments. I think it looks great. I just don't mind enough to say, yeah, I need this. Actually, you know what? Here's also the thing. I have the Orion. I don't see why I need this personally, because the Orion is really, well, one day I will have it in my hangar. It's in my hangar, but I don't see why I would need a smaller one, right? I mean, it is small. Look how small it is. Ditto Head says it's juicy. What you talking about? You know who else is juicy? I can't play the music. Benching more than a grown man next to you. Why is she arching her back like that?
First off, don't do this to people. People in the gym are not accessories for you to use for your content just to get likes and attention. Don't film people or make them the subject of your video, especially without their consent. And listen, I'm happy you had a great lift. Good job. But what in the world does that have to do with that man? Do you really have to put somebody else down to make you feel better about yourself? You are not in competition with that man, and that man is not in competition with you. You should be in the gym to better yourself, period. And I don't care how strong your lift is. If you make videos commenting on others like this, putting them down, that's weak. You need to do better. Mind your own business.
His eyes are so dreamy. Look at those eyes. But what's up with arching the back like that? If I was at the gym and I saw a girl benching that with the back, I'm like, you're going to pull something. I was always... Have something changed? I was taught that your back needs to be flat because she's doing more lower chest than the flat bench press at that point. Has something changed? It's a powerlifting form? But does she look like a powerlifter to you? I mean, I guess so. I mean, she's pushing for the weight, not for actual to hit the pectorals in the right position. But I don't know. That looks dangerous to arch your back that way for me. Yeah. You guys wondering why the hell we're talking about gym. But look, for a girl to bench a plate and change, what's a 10? A plate plus 10 is impressive. Damn impressive. So it is good. I'm always impressed when I see girls being able to curl or bench weight that much. That is impressive weight for a girl. Scoliosis down the line. She doesn't have any pecs. Now, Athy, like, for women to pack on mass on their upper body is extremely difficult. Building pecs for a woman, the only woman I've known to actually pack on mass usually takes supplements. We're talking testosterone, Anavar at bare minimum. It's extremely difficult to pack on muscle mass as a girl. So I have the most respect for... I see young ladies coming in and those who can pack on get defined muscles. You have to work twice as hard as the nearest guy. I mean, guys basically come in and sneeze and you build muscle because there's natural testosterone in your body, right? But so tough for a woman to do it. So, yeah, definitely a lot of respect. But Nicole would agree, right?
Hi, guys. Huh? Yeah, no, yeah, I'm filming right now. Yeah, I'm filming. How do I... Testing. Pussy fat. Fuck's sake, I just wish people weren't in the way. Actually wish that they would turn the music off in this place. This guy's in the background. If I try and block him out. Hi, guys. Oh, this music's driving me mad. See you next time.
I think that was very insightful. I feel we've all basically become better people from watching this video today from Nicole. The way that she's actually brought about this very sensitive topic, but made us understand exactly the importance of respecting the space of people around you. I just feel like I'm a better person now. Anyway, back to more important stuff. Look at the back end on this thing. Look at that. Look at the engine cluster here. But yeah, as for the ship itself, yeah, I'm a fan. Because I have an Orion, I'll pass. But if you are moving up from a mole, all agreed. All agree. Great ship. Price was the last thing. I think chat agreed on, what was it? 400? We said 400 price. Mole was 350, right? Yes, good engine clusters there. Oh, God, you're like little children, all of you. I swear. It's like I'm running daycare. You're making me look bad in front of all of Space Cutlet's new arrivals. 450. Yeah.
Bringing their ships to kind of really expose the core framework of the ship down the central kind of columns.
It also has a much more comfortable habitation for the crew to live on. It's got plenty of...
You know, we didn't actually take a close look at the white boxing interior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crew? Is that what they're going for?
Utility on board for day-to-day life, as well as a place to actually...
This is the entrance from the back. Holding 3.
Land additional vehicles in the back.
1, 2.
It has everything you need to spend a large amount of time away from dock, away from station. It's got an onboard refinery. It's got a large amount of ore.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I'm a big fan of the RSI design. I think the Zeus is awesome. I think the Galaxy is an amazing looking ship. Don't have the Galaxy. I'm a big fan of what the RSI design language has done here. Cara de Cubo asking, upgraded my ship into the Super Hornet, but if I try retrieve it, I still see the old ship. Yes, Cara Cuba, go on robertspaceinjuries.com, click on your account, click on My Hangar. In My Hangar, you will see a thing that says it's the upgrade. Apply upgrade. It's going to ask you, are you sure to apply the upgrade? Because once you do it, you cannot reverse it. And once you do that, load back in the game and you'll be able to see it. Will there ever be crafting in the cooking loop? Sketch therapy. That is a stupid question. Of course there will be. We know there's going to be drinks, right? We saw on the, what ship was it with the drinks? The drink game loop where your passengers order the drinks and you have to go and make the drinks to the machine. I mean, they demonstrated what they thought they would do. I mean, they can. I think it's the Starliner, right? Yeah. I don't know if they would. I mean, is that a game loop they should invest the time into? Cooking. I mean, you're not wrong. There are some MMOs which, yeah, you're not wrong. There are people that do spend a lot of time crafting food in MMOs, but the thing is, the food gives you certain perks. So if you can craft yourself some kind of goulash, or latkes, and your goulash dish is going to give you certain perks, then maybe. Want to open a shoe repair shop. You see, there's all kind of weirdos in here. One person wants to make food. This guy wants to repair shoes. He wants to be a cobbler. Yeah.
Storage as well as onboard cargo. It's a kind of big, serious mining ship, and it allows for a crew of up to 5 to kind of go out and really kind of step into that professional level mining outfit without requiring, a big capital ship.
We have multiple stations for different people to actually mine at the same time as each other.
They're all sat together in a very RSI-like bridge section.
Looks nice.
The remote turrets that are on the Astra all have some level.
All right. These look like serious turrets, though. What are these, size 4s? Should we guess? Or is that too OP for size 4? 4 size 4s is OP. I'm going to get size 3s, right?
Of transformation in terms of their location. The two at the front can slide backwards and forwards along, so you don't require the pilot to have to go left a bit, go right a bit.
But then we also have a large one in the center, which can descend.
Hey, Ninja Girl. Hi. How was it?
I'm running late.
Are you heading out again?
Yeah, I got to volunteer at the school.
I'm live before you say anything bad.
What?
I'm live.
I don't have anything bad to say.
She has nothing bad to say.
Yet.
But chat wants you to know that they all contributed towards your birthday present.
Oh. Well, then the present's from them?
No, it's from me, but they wanted to put something in also. That's all from me, right? No. They're waving hello.
Yeah, I'm gonna come.
She says you're all children. Yep.
Hi.
Athy's going to offer you wine now.
Where am I facing?
Well, camera's here.
Yeah, I know. I'm like
Yeah.
looking sideways. It is my bad side.
Yes. No, you have no bad side. What I mean,
Oh, shut up.
all her sides are good. Where were we? Oh, yes. Engine clusters. Throw some chili on the quinoa. Yes, my wife.
And through the middle of the ships.
Can actually transform down through the ship and out the bottom to cover the underside. So really you can mine in 360 degrees with this ship.
And as it
I won at life. Sketch therapy. Do you understand the issue of marrying an Asian woman? Do you understand the dragon that is released? Okay? They look sweet on the outside. We've covered this.
It's through the ship. You can actually see the turret as it travels from one side to the other.
And then additional crew members can help either position the ship if they want to change location or deal with the mined goods at the rear of the ship in the cargo bay. But the ship can also hold ground mining vehicles. If you are planet side, some of those crew members could take mining vehicles that you've stored aboard out and do some surface mining whilst the ship hangs around nearby to tackle.
It's big. It's a chunky ship. Look at the size of the thing. Yeah, if I didn't have an Orion, I'd be into that. Are you guys still going about my wife? I've chosen wisely. You know, it is. There's always constant work to be done. That's the truth of it. I don't think there's any set it and forget it type system in play for that. Married men will understand. Right? If you don't ride the dragon right, it bites you. She's gorgeous. Chad is saying that you're gorgeous and they bet that you love me. Chat says you are gorgeous and they bet that you love me. She's laughing.
And ground mining rocks. So this ship is really perfectly placed for people who want to go mining but don't quite know what they're going to encounter along the way. They are equipped to tackle anything on the surface, anything on space.
One of the benefits.
What are we looking at there? Is this the refinery? Yeah, that's the panels for the refinery. Anthony was asking the question, like, do you have to move boxes around? We have no idea how that does work. How does... First of all, what are you refining into what? what is it you're refining? And it must go into a box, right? Where are these boxes? Do they need to get stacked? Do they stack automatically? There's a lot of questions still.
The concept in the Arastra now is that we know a lot more about our game, a lot more about how mining works and kind of features in the game. That gives us a much better understanding of what's important for a mining ship. And that's one of the things that we'll take on to when we kind of deliver the Orion in the future.
So this is a great example.
That Orion's going to be so good. This is gonna rip planets, well, giant asteroids, or something.
Of how development on some ships improves and expedites others. Compared to the Orion, this bridges the gap in a few nice ways. It leverages all the existing mining loops and mechanics that we have in game at the moment, whereas the Orion is going to be solely mining in space. It is a big ship designed for...
So apparently that's an old concept, right? So yeah, thoughts on the mining thing, Athy? Smash by, but only if you're into mining, I guess. Although 5 crew, what do you need? 5? You have the pilot. Does a pilot control one of the mining turrets? Probably no. Pilot and 3 people controlling the mining lasers. Is that it? There's 4 lasers? No, there's 3. Is there 4? I'm just making stuff up now. 2 side, 1 front, 1 top. No. There's 2 front here and here, and then 1 on top, which also goes down to the bottom. 3 or 4 lasers on this thing. I think it's 3. Yeah. But, yeah, I think it's cool. I guess we see tomorrow. So, going into tomorrow, let's just double check again. We are expecting the MISC and RSI. Okay, so tomorrow might be exciting. If the Mirai medium or heavy fighter comes out, I'm definitely interested. I'm interested in whatever they put out. I love the Fury. If they come out with something bigger, I'm all over it. Then next day on the 25th, 26th, we have the RSI Galaxy Base Builder and the Arasta. So two potentially big days coming up. Best in show and we're done. Interesting week. But with that, guys, it is time to go eat. I am starving. Thank you very much to Space Collected for the gorgeous raid. I'm going to go over to Twitch and toss you over to Yoga Pants Girl. Let's see. Olesia Laberman. Oh, chat's covering. There we go. She's always on. For science, can one of you here please go to Melu and tell me if she actually just does this for the entire stream? Is this what she does? Will she sit there and hold that pose for an hour, 2 hours? Like, I'm curious. I'm really curious. I'm not going to click it. But I'm curious to know if that is actually what happens. J2 Cents playing guitar. I had no idea that he plays guitar. Good for him. Let's jump into Star Citizen and see who is about. Here's Neville. Terrada. Going strong for France. Good for you. Black Bones, J Cross. No, I don't know you. How's Nebbles doing 2 streams at the same time? Is it doing a German and a normal stream? Oh. Let's host this guy. France. Yeah, I'm so impressed. You know, the German, I'm assuming English, French, I'm so impressed by the international communities. The amount of people they have in there is so impressive to me. Good for them, though. That's great. Great for this game. Suna Devi. What language is that? I don't know. Any recommendations? Do you guys know anyone? Let's find someone low down. French. Inforunners. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty well known. Let's toss a host to, we did ARC before. Chocolate Starfish. Oh my God. No, we can't do that. Oh, Easy's there. We've done Easy before. Who else is a small streamer that could use a little help? These VTubers scare me. Going down. 6 viewers, 5 viewers. You don't like the ARC guy? What did he do to you, Athy? That's a VTuber. Pavalon. Boss costume. Too many. Let's go to someone we know. Let's see. Water patate. What language is that? Not sure. Didn't charge? And you're going to the book thing right after, right? What? Going to the book fair? Oh, it starts now? It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah, one of the moms couldn't make it because she's sick.
Yep.
Or not she's sick, her child is sick. So I said I'll fill in. I'll be there until after pickup.
Okay.
And then, Nicole called the police.
What, for the homeless guy?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Well, he shouldn't be there.
I texted...
Yeah, what do you say?
He's going to check into it before on the way to work.
Oh, well, text him and tell him the police was called. I think he was removed.
But is it a police matter?
Well, we're not allowed to call the police on him. Technically, Reimer has to call the police and have him removed. We can't do it,
Right.
but this one time, because I think Nicole's very aggressive,
Yeah.
they did it
Okay.
one time, but they told her next time we can't do it for you. Like, Reimer has to call.
Right.
He can't.
It's their property.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Do you sort the fridge? Yes, the fridge is all set up in the garage. It's an awesome fridge or freezer you get from Costco. It's like $300, pretty big. And tossed out a small freezer, put in it's almost full size. What is 3/4 size? Their size? It's a 3/4 size freezer, basically. Get her a Gluck. We're in Canada. I'll get a maple syrup, maybe. Some donuts. Spanish streamer Escroto Plastizo. Okay. Spanish streamer?
Oh, your Spanish is terrible.
No, I'm tossing. When you finish your stream, right, you do a raid on another channel. I learned this because I'm a big famous streamer now. So these are all the people that are streaming. Like, here's me. Okay. And the viewers here, you go raid another person. So it's tradition, not tradition. They shout at you if you don't do it. So we're going to pick someone to raid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do this based on what?
Well,
What's the criteria?
I mean, if it's someone you know, oh, Dora's on. Dora the Destroyer. Yeah, we'll go to her, right? You guys know Dora the Destroyer? Athy says hello.
Hi. Who? Was it me? Hi, Athy.
Yeah, let's raid.
Show her the yoga pants.
Show her the yoga pants?
What yoga pants?
You want me to show Ninja Girl the yoga pants? She's not ready. So I'll go /raid and I type in Dora the Destroyer like that. And I think that's it. All right, chat, I'm going to kick you off to Dora the Destroyer. Have a wonderful time. Keep in mind, her chat is 18 plus only. So be on your best behavior. Tell everyone they were great. Say chat was good.
You guys were awesome.
There we go. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Same place, same time, 9:30 a.m. We'll cover was it coming out tomorrow? Mariah, there might be something new. Yeah. So we're plus 45. I was asking in chat yesterday, because I was going to do a tweet, right? And I said, chat, like, what do young people tweet? I needed to say something. And I asked who in my chat is under 25 years old.
Nobody.
And there was nobody. I said, I need to make a tweet. And they suggested instead of writing, you put like the...
Emojis.
So this video was out, right? And the mascot here was getting punched by this guy. Okay? And so I said, like, what do you write? So one very smart person said, you put a boxing glove and a skull. Because young people don't write words out. They use emojis. And so I said, can I have someone who is under 25 to confirm this? And everyone's like, just crickets. It was quiet. I was like, please, anyone under 25 confirm this? Nope. Anyway, guys, you've been great today. Thank you very much. I'm going to toss you over to Dora the Explorer. I mean, Dora the Destroyer. You're off in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a wonderful time. See you tomorrow. And send my regards. You're out. And now my stream is technically over, but my mic is still hot. Okay. So I sit here and insult my chat about them being stupid for like 2 seconds. Goddamn idiots. Oh my God, my mic is still on. Oh, and then I go. Later, guys.